and welcome
to Sort of the Story.
I'm Janey.
And I'm Max.
And this is the podcast where we tell each other stories, like fairy tales and folk tales and mythology and anything else we want to talk about.
And also,
you are here. Welcome back, guys.
Hey, gang.
I guess welcome back to us.
Welcome. Yeah, we took a break.
We took a little break, and you took a little break from hearing us.
And you're welcome.
How do you feel? We all needed it. We needed a timeout from each other. So, Max.
So, Janey.
How was your June? That's the break that we took.
My June was good.
Yeah.
It was long. I saw one of my old friends for the first time in a couple of years. It was really nice. We took a little trip.
I allowed her this year to have another friend. I don't know if I'm going to keep that for next year, but this year I decided, let's go crazy. One friend.
I had really big plans where I was going to paint my bathroom and everything with all the free time, but it turns out that I didn't actually have all that much free time.
I was going to say, not that much free time.
No. I stayed very busy during June, but that's okay.
Max is still working during June.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It is. I'm on summer break.
Yeah.
And listen, guys, I understand everyone's like, why do teachers complain? They get a whole summer off. To which I always say, do you want to be a teacher? There's a teacher shortage. And everyone says, no. That's why. That being said, I don't do well without structured tasks.
Yeah, Janey's been losing it a little bit.
I have decided to teach myself how to sew. It's going great, but I've spent upwards of probably 100 hours. I stay up till 5 o'clock in the morning. I watched through all 9 seasons of Rick and Morty, and that's where I'm at.
Nice.
Rick and Morty, still good. I finished a couple of books.
Mm-hmm.
I finished The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, was pleasantly surprised by how cozy it is. If you guys want a cozy witchy read, do that one. It's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I also finished The Book Witch, which is another witchy read, but it's a more meta interrogation of book banning and book burning.
Oh, cool.
It's very interesting. I didn't think it was going to be in the first couple chapters, and then it fucking got me.
I listened through about half of the Throne of Glass series in Assassin's Blade, which I'm reading after the third one.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. I forget what they're called.
Yeah,
the first one,
I don't know. Max is getting through Throne of Glass, baby!
Yeah, I said that I would be done with Throne of Glass and Crescent City by 3 days from now, so I don't think that's going to happen.
Gigantic. The last Throne of Glass book gave me book burnout.
I'm excited.
Yeah. You might like it more than I did. I'm the only person I know that legitimately I stopped halfway through in the middle of one of the most pivotal battle scenes. I was just like, no, I can't do this anymore. And then I stopped reading for a year. All my friends were like, what? Why? Anyway, so that's where we are book-wise. Hey, if you want to talk to us about books, if you want to talk to Max about Throne of Glass, if you want to do all that stuff with spoilers on, obviously, or maybe in a private DM, who knows? You can by joining our Discord, which is where we talk to all of you guys about anything that's on any of our minds all the time. Max, how do they do that?
You can join the Discord by joining us on Patreon.
Yes, you can.
$3 a month gets you access to the Discord, which is where we hang out with everybody, and it's a super fun little community of all of our listeners and friends. Mm-hmm. Not that there's a difference between listeners and friends. If you listen, you're a friend.
You're a friend. But if
that's not enough for you,
you want to be a little more than friends.
For $4, you can be a girlfriend, which is just the $3 tier, but you get to say that we're your girlfriends.
We will be your girlfriend. Should we start writing girlfriend notes?
Probably.
Yeah.
We should probably do something to justify the $4 tier.
Like a little girlfriend sticker.
Yeah.
Guys, do you want stickers? We could probably do that.
Yeah.
Wow, we could do that so easily. I'm actually kind of ashamed we haven't been giving our girlfriends things. Anyway, join the girlfriend tier. Maybe you'll get a sticker.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And then for $7 a month, thank you.
I held up 7 fingers.
For $7 a month, you get access to the Discord.
Yes.
You get access to the girlfriend tier. Yeah. And you also get access to a full-length bonus episode every single month. So even though we took the month of June off for us, I don't remember what month that is for you guys.
July.
We still released a bonus episode. And so you get new content coming from us every single month, in addition to the regular episodes that we release on the main feed. So
yeah,
check us out. Send us some money.
Definitely do it. When you were like, you get access to the Discord, you get access to the girlfriends. And I was like, you get access to our bodies.
I'm glad you didn't say that because I don't want to promise that.
You get access to all the rights that regular girlfriends get. Regular girlfriends. Not a thing. You're allowed to do anything you want as a girlfriend.
Yeah. A girlfriend doesn't have to be any one particular thing. Could be not a girl, could be not a friend.
Whoa. Girlfriends that are enemies.
Boy foes.
Should we start a boy foe tier? No.
The boy foes tier is $30 a month.
Yeah. You know what you did? You were. And you don't get anything.
You get nothing.
You don't even get access to the Discord. I'm going to open it.
It's specifically, you are banned from the Discord.
You get nothing. Pay us $30 and you never have to listen to us again. Max, I had an idea and I think I'm going to do it.
Okay.
We were talking about Substack. I asked Max, what is Substack?
Mm-hmm. That's why we were talking about it.
Yeah. Specifically, I said, what is that? But today, I was thinking about all of my notes. So since the beginning of time, I have, because we've been doing this forever, I have been writing out all my notes and I have these long bulleted lists and I've been trying to figure out a way to share them. And I think I'm just going to start putting them up on a Substack.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have some of my notes written on computer.
Yeah.
I could post those as well.
Start them on your Substack. Mine is called Janey Loves Lore.
Oh, well then. I guess I have to start a Substack.
You got to start a Dubstack. Do you guys want a dubstep?
I got to start on dubstep.
Do you dubstep? Let us know in the Discord. Anyway, if we start our Substacks, we'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
But I do think that it's a fun place to put up our notes.
Yeah.
You can take pictures of your notes and post them, I think. No, you can't. It's not a picture site. I don't know anything about Dubstack.
Now you're saying Thumbtack, which is a different website.
So, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, that's all we got.
That's all there was, folks. Max?
Janey.
I'm so excited to be back here, even though it's very hot. Do you want to tell me a story?
I do want to tell you a story. I'm excited about it.
You got a good one?
I got a pretty good one.
You got a good one, Max?
Let me tell you, Janey, this one rocks.
All right. Well, then
that's going to be really funny in about 30 seconds.
I'm so excited. All right. Have a good rock tale. Then I'm going to pause it for just a little bit. We'll come back and Max will tell us the tale. Goodbye.
Bye.
I don't know who I am if you also say bye to them.
That's fair. I'll never do it again.
Never do it again. Because do we even come back now?
All right, so I gave myself a 30-second deadline. This story is called The Mistress of the Copper Mountain, and it's got a lot of rocks in it.
Yeah!
Which is why it rocks.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah!
It's the peak of your humor. It's all downhill from here, guys.
All down mountain.
Sorry, we're stoned. No, we're not. Not cool enough.
We might be after all these puns. They're going to stone us in the street.
Damn. You know who's going to stone us? The boy foes.
The boy foes.
They would. Those fuckers.
Give us $30.
Give us $30, you bitch.
Sean Evans.
This is, listen to the test. We aggressively bully the Hot Ones host. This isn't for kids.
Oh, right.
Okay, go ahead. There's a disclaimer.
Okay. The Mistress of the Copper Mountain is from the collection Russian Magic Tales from Pushkin to Platonov, which is edited by Robert Chandler. This is a really great collection of Russian stories from multiple different eras of like Russia and the USSR. It goes all the way up to basically like the modern era, the 70s, I think.
Okay.
So it's a really broad view of Russian literature and Russian folk tales, which I think is really interesting.
Fun.
This story collection is divided into parts based on the era that the story is from. So this is from part 5, which is actually one of the only sections that doesn't really have an associated like historical period. But it's the work of Pavel Bajov, which is, he lived from 1879 to 1950.
Okay.
So there are 4 pieces of his writing translated by Anna Gunin. And this particular story was originally published in 1936. So there are a couple of things that I need to introduce before this story, and we're going to get into a little bit of geology and a little bit of the history of mines, and I promise it's going to be a little bit interesting. There are rocks that occur in nature. Obviously, like any kind of gem and mineral is a combination of different chemicals under specific forces of pressure forming into something new.
Okay.
So Copper, for example, is an element, so it's not formed by anything. It's just naturally occurring. But when copper comes into connection with other minerals and elements, it produces new kinds of stone. For example, in copper mines, you also find malachite and lapis lazuli.
Okay.
They are both formed from copper interacting with, I believe, calcite. And yeah, so I brought as a visual reference for you, Janey, a couple pieces of malachite that I have in my rock collection.
Okay. He showed me these the other day. She just got these.
I got one of them. The other one I already had.
God, malachite is so pretty. This is one of my favorite. Max years ago got me a bunch of watercolor paints that I had been thirsting after for years that are all made from minerals and gems and stuff. And one of my favorites is the malachite one, crushed up, made into pigment.
Yeah, malachite and lapis lazuli have both been used historically as pigment for a really long time. A lot of times, like Egyptian art has malachite and lapis lazuli in it, and that's like just the colors that those things come from. Ultramarine, the color is crushed up lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli.
Apis?
Lapis lazuli.
Oh. Labalably.
And then I also just got this massive slab of copper, which is painted to look like it has a patina, but it actually doesn't because it's pure copper. Copper only patinas when it contains traces of iron. And when the iron oxidizes, that's when you get that blue-green patina on copper. So this is actually pure copper.
Imagine this as a bra.
What are you doing?
Just imagine how hot I'd look at Burning Man.
But these things occur kind of together in nature. So a lot of times where you find one, you'll find the other because they come from like similar chemical backgrounds. It's also important to note malachite, when it comes into contact with water, becomes poisonous.
Okay.
So there's a picture that goes around a lot where people are like, this is so aesthetically beautiful. And it's a picture of a bathtub made of malachite.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh.
No.
Oh, no. That's a death bath. That's the geological equivalent of putting a toaster in a bathtub.
Or dyeing your clothes with arsenic.
Yes, exactly.
You know,
yeah.
Or putting lead in paint.
Yes. And again, it was malachite was used as a pigment in a lot of things. It was used for makeup. It was used in painting. And it sticks around for a really long time. So we actually have traces of...
then wait, hold on. My malachite paints might not be good. My malachite watercolors might... I should stop
No, it's
drinking
encapsulated malachite. So it's safe.
Okay, so I just keep drinking it. Good.
Okay. Well... But malachite can make you very sick. Where was I going with this?
You're asking me to stop chewing on your malachite. And I'm going to tell you right now, no.
Nuns who used to create illuminated manuscripts that were painted with like natural pigments and gold leaf and everything like that. We have found the skulls of nuns who created illuminated manuscripts, and we know that that's what they did because their jaws still contains traces of malachite.
I just saw a video on that, and it wasn't malachite, it was lapis lazuli.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Both of them are very...
It was like, that's the way they proved that women were involved with illuminated manuscripts. They were like illustrators and translators and stuff.
Which is pretty incredible.
It is. It also makes you think of the Radium Girls and how most of them got poisoned because they were also putting paintbrushes in their mouth and just girly things.
Just girly things. And can you blame them? If I see something glowing, I'm putting it in my mouth.
Max eats glow sticks. Pass it on.
I do, and they're delicious.
Yum, yum, yum.
They're my favorite little snack. Also important to note, there is a mine in Russia that is called Gumeshki, and it's a mountain that has a very notorious copper mine inside of it.
Okay.
So it's been in operation for a very long time, like hundreds of years. And yeah, so that's where this is located.
Got it.
The Mistress of the Copper Mountain. There are two men who both work in a copper mines at Gumeshki, and they decide one day to go for a long walk into the forest, and they end up going towards the mountain because that's just like where they naturally go. They're used to walking to work, so they go to the forest near the mountain, and they kind of relax for a little bit. They get to an area that they like, and then they both sort of fall asleep in this little meadow. Boy things. Regular boy stuff.
I think all the boys who are listening, we can
all relate.
Attest to the fact that them and their boyfriend walk in the forest, take little naps under the trees.
Yeah. Sometimes you just take a little nap with your bro in the meadow.
You kiss a little.
A little. Not too much.
Not too much is too much. But just a little is fine.
Of these two men, one of them is younger, the other one is obviously older.
Okay.
They both have worked in the mines for a while, but the older one has worked in them for much longer. So both of them have a trace of green from the malachite in their eyes. So you can tell that they work in the mines because like the whites of their eyes have a greenish tint to them from the malachite dust.
Well, that doesn't seem good.
Yeah, it's definitely not super good. But the younger of them, he just has like a little hint of green, whereas the older one, his eyes are completely green.
Jesus.
Which sounds crazy to see.
Yeah, also sounds like a recipe for you going insane.
Yeah, probably. Almost definitely.
Yeah.
And the older one is also very tired of this job. This is like backbreaking labor, and it's a lot of times like the only job that people can get in the area, and it's the only thing that pays any decent amount. But also a lot of people are like serfs who are working in the mines.
Yeah.
Even in the modern era, people like in order to keep their houses, they have to more
Disgusting.
directly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the two of them take a quick little nap in the forest. You know how boys do.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful day. All of the birds are singing, and they can hear like a little creek trickling nearby. And the younger of the two of them wakes up from his nap. And he sort of looks around, and he sees that there is a huge pile of like off-cast ore from the mine. And on top of this pile, he sees a long plait of blue-black hair.
Mm-hmm.
And attached to the plait of blue-black hair is a woman.
It's problematic.
The first thing that he sees, though, is this long, beautiful plait of hair.
Yeah.
This long braid that is this sort of blue-black color, which is interesting because in Russia, that's like a very rare hair color.
Yeah.
And she has these ribbons in her hair that shift in the light from being like a red color to being a green color. And
Okay.
as she moves, her hair makes this tinkling sound like little pieces of copper, like copper foil tinkling against each other. She's wearing this long, beautiful gown that is malachite green. And he looks closer and realizes that it is, in fact, made of malachite. It's made of silken malachite, which is a very rare kind of malachite that looks as though it would move like fabric.
Yeah.
So he's looking at this girl who looks like no one he's ever seen before.
Yeah.
She's on top of this pile of ore, and when he first sees her, she's sitting down, but she quickly like jumps up and she like looks around, and she's poking around at all of the different stones and picking up rocks and putting them back down. The story says that she moves like Quicksilver, where her attention is very like, she's a very short attention span, but she's very energetic.
She's like a little fish.
Yeah, exactly like a little fish.
Yeah. Cute.
The story says she would lean forward as though searching for something underfoot, then spring back again. She would bend to one side, then the other. She would jump to her feet and wave her arms about, then lean forward again. In a word, the girl was Quicksilver, which I think is a really cool little phrase.
It was kind of romantic and magical until you described her waving her arms around.
Now I'm picturing Donnie from
like from Wild Thornberries.
Yes.
100%.
Yep.
Or like a sim when it's excited.
Yes. And it also says, the next line is, he could hear her babbling something, but in what language and to whom he couldn't make out.
Feral.
Yes.
Feral, well-dressed vampire.
So he's looking at her and he's like, who can this girl possibly be? Like, this is weirdly close to the mines for women to be, because women were not allowed into the mines for a variety of reasons. But as he's thinking this, one of the reasons...
Were they clamoring to get into the mines?
Well, but as he's thinking about this, he's like, women aren't supposed to be in the mines. And one of the reasons why women aren't supposed to be in the mines is because of the Mistress of the Mountain. It's said that the Mistress of the Mountain is some sort of figure or spirit that oversees the mine and the mountain. And that she is like almost like a stone dryad of the copper mine.
Okay.
And she's very jealous, and so she doesn't let women into her mines.
Not a girl's girl, then.
Or it's she.
She's like, girls, you don't want to be in here.
This is bad.
It's dark. It's dirty. It's gross.
As he's thinking this, he realizes that this woman who he's seeing must in fact be the Mistress of the Mountain, which she's sometimes called the Mistress of the Copper Mountain or the Malachite Maid.
I like No, I don't like Malachite Maid. Malachite Maiden is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the sense that they're using it,
Yeah.
not like maid like scullery.
Just saying.
Yeah. So he realizes that what he's seeing is this like malachite spirit of like copper and malachite and lapis lazuli.
And she's clearly lost something.
Probably her mind. She's got malachite madness.
Yeah. Malachite madness.
And he says to himself, what terrible luck. How can I get away before she notices me? Because he's heard from the old men who work in the mines that if you meet the Malachite maid, if you're a bad person, things are going to go really, really, really bad for you.
Mhm.
If you're a good person, things will only go a little bit bad for you.
No. I think I would simply like go back to sleep.
Yeah. So as he's thinking this, he's like, oh, I should pretend I'm asleep and like not interact with her at all.
Yeah.
She turns around and she looks at him and she says, she says, Stepan Petrovich, what are you doing staring at a maiden's beauty for free? People pay money for looking, you know. Come closer. Let's have a little chat.
Oh, what are you doing looking at me for free?
How dare you?
So good.
So now he's been caught looking at her, and so he sort of stumbles towards her and towards the mound, and she's like, come over here where I can talk to you. And she gestures him around to the other side of the mound. And as he like crosses around to the other side of this mound of like ore offcast, he sees that the other side of the mound where she's facing is covered in lizards.
Okay. Girl, so far, I'm not hearing much that I don't love.
Yeah. All of these lizards are green and blue and gold and coppery, and they shift colors in the light. They all kind of match her color scheme and the color scheme of like the mountain, basically. Yeah. There are all these lizards of all different sizes that are all like gathered and looking at her as though they are listening to orders.
Have they paid money? Does she charge people money to look at her?
Unclear. It's kind of a fun, flirty thing to do to someone where you're like, what are you looking at me for free for? You owe me $5. You in love with me yet?
Is this working?
I don't know how flirting works. Is this working? So Stepan, his name is in fact Stepan, which he had not introduced himself up until this point in the story.
Stepan, like steppin' time?
Mm-hmm.
Steppin' time, steppin' time.
Like stepping up to the streets.
It's step up to the streets, and you know that.
I know that. I was doing a riff.
And I hated it because those movies are great.
Those movies are great, and I never said that they weren't. So he sees all of these lizards gathered on one side of the pile. And he is like, looks at them and is like, what the fuck? And the girl laughs at him. And she's like, well, why won't you come any closer? And he's like, because of the lizards that are everywhere. And she's like, oh, are you scared of a little lizard? Well, you should be, because if you step on one, I'm going to kill you.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. Can you tell them to watch their backs?
Yeah. And so he's like, okay, well, how am I supposed to come talk to you then? And she's like this. And then she waves her hand and like a pathway parts in all of the lizards. Yeah. And she's like, there, now you can walk safely. And he walks up to the thing, and then she snaps her fingers and the pathway closes behind him. And she's like, good, now that I have your attention.
I love
her. She's like, just a reminder, if you step on any of them, I'm going to kill you. So you're not going anywhere. I think it's time for you to listen to a little proposition that I have for you. And he's like, okay.
Can I tell you how to get away before she gives the proposition?
Yeah.
So I would she'd be watching me the whole time. I would slowly squat down, and then I'd put my fingers right next to my toes, and then I would inch them out. And I would inchworm my way so slowly, pushing the lizards out as I go.
You could just shuffle your feet forward.
Yeah, but I want her to have to watch me do that. I want her to look at it and be like, I guess that was punishment enough.
This looks really unpleasant.
Yeah, I don't like this. You don't like this.
So she says, I have a proposition for you. And he's like, okay, what is it? And then she like leans back and goes, do you recognize me yet? Stepanushka? Which is like little Stepan.
Okay.
And he's like, yes, you're the maid of the Copper Mountain. You're the mistress of the Copper Mountain, the Malachite maid.
That was clear almost from moment one.
I feel like if I hadn't figured that out, I would have asked. But I didn't, because it was clear.
Yeah.
Pretty much immediately. And she's like, okay, good.
She's
so
like, no,
heard of me.
I'm the lizard queen.
You can be two things. She says, don't be frightened. I won't do anything bad to you.
I don't believe you.
And this kind of pisses him off because he is like a hardworking adult man, and it seems like she's teasing him a little bit. And so he says, I work in the mountain. Who do you think I'm going to be afraid of?
Probably the mountain.
That would be really fair.
Yeah.
Definitely. Probably.
Probably should be. If you're working in any sort of mines, you certainly do have some fears.
One would hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the girl says, oh, so you're not afraid of anyone in the whole wide world? And he's like, yeah, nobody. And she's like, okay, good. Not even your boss? And he's like, what? She's like, not even your boss? You're not afraid of him? And he's like, no, I'm not afraid of anyone. She's like, okay, good. So here's what you're going to do.
She's like, so good, because I'm actually reporting you for an HR violation for looking without paying. You're going to get fired, bitch.
I'm taking you to small claims court. $20.
What? I have none.
So she says, well, good, since you're so not afraid of your boss, here's what you're going to do. I have a message for your boss, and you're going to take it to him, and you're going to tell him, I said to tell him, the mistress of the Copper Mountain has ordered you, you rank old goat, to clear out of Krasnogorsk mine. If you go on breaking up this iron cap of hers, she will drive all the copper in Gomeshki so deep that you won't be able to reach it at all.
Okay.
So she says, you've got to stop mining in this area, or else I'm going to make sure that you find nothing when you mine. So you can keep doing what you're doing, but I'm going to drive out all of the copper and all of the things that you're looking for. So you can go fuck yourself.
I would take that bluff.
Okay. All right.
If the outcome either way is going to be no copper for you, you might as well just keep going for a little while.
Yeah, but also the maiden of the mountain will be mad at you.
Yeah, but you're not dealing with the maiden of the mountain. You're dealing with this fuck ass. He sounds like he just wants a week off.
Stepanushka.
What the fuck? He's stepping on my last nerve.
Got him.
Anytime anyone's like, I have a thing that weekend, my sister's getting married. You know what? The mistress of the Copper Mountain told me no copper for us if we work this weekend.
So she delivers this message to Stepan, and she's like, great, so you got it? You gonna deliver that message for me? And he's like, I mean, I guess.
I might leave out the wrangle goat part.
And he's like, well, how am I supposed to deliver your message if I'm stuck here with all these lizards? And she's like, well, obviously I'm going to let you out now that you've heard my message so that you can go deliver it. So thank you so much. And goodbye. And she like waves her hands and the lizards part again. And he like runs away as fast as he can. And she calls out after him, don't forget what I told you, Stepanushka. She orders you, you rank old goat, to clear out of Krasnogorsk. Do what I ask, Stepanushka, and I'll marry you.
I don't want that.
Stepan is like, I never asked for that. And she's like, well, we'll talk about it later. And that's not a joke. That happens in the story. As he turns around, though, to shout back at her, he realizes that she has turned into a lizard with the head of a human woman. And she's like scampering around on top of the ore.
That's very Japanese.
Yes.
That's a very yokai thing of her to do. Also, that her description is very Japanese.
Yes.
This sounds a lot like a Japanese folklorist went to Russia and was like, sure, and I'll just start writing here.
It does. It has a lot in common with like the
yokai stories.
Yokai stories, yeah.
Cool.
Which I think is really funny.
Yeah.
So he turns around and he sees that she's a lizard person. And he says, ugh, what an abomination. Marry a lizard? And seeing this, she burst into laughter. All right, she shouted. We can talk about it later. Maybe you'll change your mind.
What if you get a piece of this? And the turns starts waving her tail at him. And she's like, and what if you get a piece of this? And then she detaches her tail and it starts waving without
chucks it at him.
Jesus.
So he goes back to where his friend is sleeping, and he wakes him up. And then he decides, after he wakes him up, not to tell him about what's going on because he's like, he's got enough problems. He's been in the mines for a long time.
I'm going to surprise him with this when I confront our boss.
Yes.
Get him fired.
And he starts thinking about this task that he has ahead of him. He's like, well, she said to deliver the message exactly, but if I do, I'm super going to get fired.
Yeah.
But the alternative is that, you know, she transforms the mine into a waste, right? No one will find anything there, and it'll be horrible. Not to mention they'll be on the bad side of the Mistress of the Mountain. And not to mention beyond that, the way that the employment works is by load that each worker harvests from the mountain.
Oh, they get paid on commission.
Kind of. It's more like you have to get this much.
Or quota.
It's a quota, exactly. You have to mine this much of whatever ore we're looking for in order to be done for the day. And you're not done until you get that much.
All right.
So he was like, I won't be able to do my work. I won't be able to get this done if, it's the blame is going to fall on me, basically, if the copper is chased back down into the mountain.
Yeah.
This story was also really hard because there are a lot of mining terms that I had to look up to figure this out. So I'm using common language for all of this, but just so you know, if you actually read this story, which I have linked in the show notes, the Wikipedia article about the Mistress of the Copper Mountain, it's much more confusing. I had to look up so many different kinds of rocks.
Yeah.
So finally, Stepan realizes that even if he gets fired, he has to do what she says because he doesn't really have any other option, and he doesn't want to risk crossing the Mistress of the Mountain. So the next morning, he gets his stuff together and he goes to work, and all the men are lined up in front of the foreman, and the foreman is like, all right, everybody, so here's what we're going to do for today. You're assigned to this, you're assigned to this, and Stepan steps forward from the line and is like, really quickly, I have a message for you. And the foreman is like, no, you don't. That's not your job. So fuck off.
Yeah.
And as I was saying, and just goes back to what he was saying, and Stepan is like, no, it's from the Mistress of the Mountain. And the guy turns around and is like, okay, so you've got a message for me from the Mistress of the Mountain. Go ahead with your message. Let's all wait for this. And so Stepan says, yesterday I saw the Mistress of the Copper Mountain, and she bade me say this to you. She orders you, you rank old goat,
No, her words, not mine,
to clear out of Krasnogorsk. If you ruin this iron cap of hers, she'll drive all the copper in Kameshki so deep that no one will be able to reach it. The steward's mustache began to quiver.
Huh?
What's this? Are you drunk or have you gone plain crazy? What mistress? And who do you think you're speaking to? I'll have you left in the mountain to rot.
Oh, real bad threat.
Yes. And Stepan says, your will is your will, but that is what she bade me to say.
Yeah.
And the steward is like, okay, so flog him.
What?
Absolutely flog him. And then we're going to chain him to the rock.
What?
And make him work in this area of rock that we know has nothing in it until he reaches his quota. Which we're going to set at 10 times the normal.
I know that, he's not enslaved.
He's not enslaved.
He's a worker. God. Revolution!
We are all slaves to capitalism.
We need a revolution in the USSR.
It's funny, I was doing some research, and one of the traits of the Mistress of the Mountain, she's in a couple of different stories, but one of the things that's really consistent is that she's very opposed to authority figures.
Yeah.
And she's very anti-establishment.
Fuck yeah.
So all of the things that she does, she finds individuals who are hard workers, and she grants them boons and everything like that, and gives them tasks that specifically dismantle systems of structure of power, systems and structures of power.
Yeah. She's a revolutionary figure.
Yeah, which I think is very interesting and cool.
Yeah.
So fuck this foreman.
Yeah.
They said, chain him to the mountain, feed him dog oats so that he has enough energy to keep going for a while.
Dog oats.
Dog oats.
Dog's like, no, my oatmeal.
Aw, man, my oats.
Those were my oats.
And the foreman says, and if he puts a foot wrong, whip him without pity.
There are people who their job is not mining, it's just whipping.
Apparently.
I'd quit. I guess that's not an option for serfs.
Not really an option.
Wow, this sucks.
Yeah.
This is a terrible work environment, Max.
Yeah. We are all slaves to capitalism.
More like
CRAPitalism. I got to pull that line on someone and they had never heard it before. They were like, that's hilarious.
What?
They were like, just thinking about like, you know, how capitalism is causing the fall of our society. And I was like, more like CRAPitalism. And they were like, holy shit, that's so funny.
Do you think people who love capitalism say unironically more like clapitalism? And then they like,
yay. I love clapitalism.
You think horses are like more like clopitalism every time they have to race for money?
More like clip clopitalism.
Clip clopitalism. Hey, if you're a cartographer out there, feel free to say that you are benefiting from mapitalism. And if you're a gynecologist,
also clapitalism.
I'll say papitalism.
Ah.
Clapitalism is hilarious, though. Hey, if you're one of those people that taps maple trees for syrup.
Capitalism.
Sapitalism.
Aw. If you're a hip hop artist. Rapitalism.
Rapitalism. And conversely, if you are one of the gift wrappers at the Macy's counter.
Yeah, also rapitalism.
Also rapitalism.
If you're a little baby.
Yeah.
If you're a little baby, just a little itty bitty baby.
Yeah.
Napitalism.
Okay, also you.
Also me. If you're just a little itty bitty baby,
you benefit
or
from
me.
napitalism more than anyone I know. If you have sleep apnea, CPapitalism.
Anyways.
Okay.
Anyways. So they chain him to this area of rock that is like notoriously empty of anything worthwhile. And they're like, you have to deliver 10 times what you normally would by the end of the day, or you're not done forever. Yeah. And go fuck yourself and we hate you. And so he starts mining and he's like, well, I'm going to be here forever. This is where I die, I guess. That's fine. They're going to keep feeding me dog oats until I hit this impossible quota. And
what are they?
They'll whip me if I stop.
Dogs.
Also dog oats.
Probably his lunch.
Oh.
Dog's like, I hope he never gets out.
I'm going to eat so much cabbage soup.
Cabbage soup is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, big fan.
Yeah. The classic Russian meal.
Also dog oats. Don't knock it till you try it.
But as he starts mining, the area that had previously been empty of anything significant begins just pouring malachite, basically. Like his pickaxe goes into the rock and then he pulls it away and just like an avalanche of malachite comes out. And so he very quickly like reaches the quota, this ridiculous quota that he's been set. And he's like, okay, so the mistress of the mountain is looking out for me.
Yeah, good.
So I made the right call.
She definitely would have like had a mine collapse on top of him had he not done that, or if he had left out the wrinkled goat comment.
Yeah, for sure. As he's mining, there's a flash of light, and then the mistress appears from behind him. And she says, well done, Stepan Petrovich. You have shown yourself to be honorable. You weren't afraid of the rank old goat. You spoke out, good and proper. Now come and look at my dowry. I don't go back on my word either. And he's like, okay, do you want to talk more about the marriage thing? And she's like, nope, we're going. And she just pulls him into a cave. She's like, we're going. And he's like, well, if I get back and this quota isn't completely met, then I'm going to be flogged and whipped and maybe murdered.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, don't worry about that. And then she summons all of her lizards and she's like, I want double the quota here by the time we get back. Thank you, lizards. Goodbye.
Thank you, lizards.
And then all of the lizards start like scrabbling all over the rock face and pulling out malachite and lapis lazuli and copper from the mountain face and just making this massive pile of all of these stones. And then she grabs Stepan's hand and is like, let's go look at my dowry, and drags him into the mountain.
All right.
They go through all of these huge caves and caverns that are all decorated, places that he's never seen before, even though he's been in the mountain for years and years. These huge caverns that are just all like structured malachite or like lapis lazuli with pyrite all shot through them and everything. Incredibly beautiful areas. And in those beautiful areas, there are all of these treasures that are just scattered about. And she's like, look at all this. This is all my treasure. What do you think of it? Pretty good, right?
Not bad.
And it says, as they walked, the dress the mistress wore kept changing. One moment it glinted like glass, the next suddenly it paled, then it began to sparkle with diamond dust, or turn from red to copper, then shimmer silken green again.
Beautiful.
So it's like the metamorphic nature of the rock that they're in is kind of, I don't know, I think it's really cool.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
It's a cool rock story.
That's a cool rock story. The story rocks.
And so eventually, thank you. So eventually they get to kind of a boring cave, and she's like, and this is kind of the end of it doesn't go on forever. That's kind of the end of all my cool stuff. The rest from here on out is just like yellow and gray rock that's kind of ugly, and you don't need to worry about that.
I'm renovating back there. Yeah. That's my unfinished
That's
basement.
the attic.
Don't worry about it.
But in this like last sort of opulent room, he sees like a table and chairs and a little bed that's all laid out. It's clearly like the area where she lives. She takes his hand and like tugs him onto the ground and is like, let's sit and talk. He's like, okay.
Oh.
She's like, so what do you think of my dowry? And he's like, listen, that's a pretty spectacular dowry. I've got to be honest.
The best offer I've had all week.
Yeah, it's like, that's a lot of dowry. And it's a really good dowry. And thank you so much for showing it to me. And she's like, great. So you're going to marry me now?
Oh.
And Stephen is like, I can't. Because I'm just a worker. I work in the mines. I don't make a lot of money.
Say you have a girlfriend.
No, this is actually a fucked up part.
Okay.
So he's like, I'm a worker. I don't make enough for you. You like, this is the dowry of a czar. Like,
yeah,
this is more than I could ever make in my entire life or in 1,000 lifetimes. I am not worthy of this dowry, and you should be like looking for someone who's much better off than I am. And she's like, well, I don't care about that. It's my dowry, and I can do what I want with it.
Yeah, it's my dowry. I can do what I want with it.
And then he's like, okay, here's the truth. And he tells her the truth. The truth is that he is already engaged.
Okay.
Which should have been the first thing that he said.
Yeah. I actually don't know.
Yeah. She is very jealous, so I can see why he wouldn't say that
why
first.
He wouldn't want to like throw it if he's actually, I was like, say it even if you're not, but if he actually is, then I would probably keep that a secret.
Yeah. So he says, I cannot because I am promised to another.
Mm-hmm.
And she like looks at him and kind of frowns.
Oh,
makes a little face, and then her like head drops onto her chest, and she like starts making little sobbing noises, and he's like, "Oh no!" And she's like, "Just kidding, you passed my test."
Oh my god, so because she's like, like no.
She's like, great, you passed my test. I wanted to see whether you were a good man or not, but you are a good man, and you told me the truth. I knew that you were engaged, actually. So, well done. And you've proven yourself to me yet again. You proved yourself to me by standing up to the foreman, and then you proved yourself again by refusing my dowry, even though it would have made you set for life.
And so for that, we're going to get married. What?
You're welcome.
No.
She says, you didn't covet my riches, and you didn't give your Nastasia away in exchange for a girl of stone, which is the girl that he was dating.
Her name is Nastasia?
Nastasia.
Okay.
Not Anastasia.
Just Nastasia. So in your bonus episode story, your person's name was Anasta, and I said Anasta is a nasty if I wanted to bully her.
Mm-hmm.
Nastasia?
Nastasia.
Nastasia.
So she says, great job, you passed my test. And because you passed my test, here's a present for you and your betrothed. And she goes and she gets this chest made of malachite. And inside are all of these jewels and jewelry and just like more money effectively than anyone could ever earn in a lifetime.
Wow.
All of these like incredible like precious stones and things that you would find in the mountain, but also things that have already been made into things. Mm-hmm. So like necklaces and everything. And she's like, this is for you and your betrothed.
Yeah, I was afraid that she was going to be like, and just here's a bunch of malachite for you. And I was like, no, he's going to get shot.
For sure.
For stealing.
For sure. And he's like, okay, well, that's very nice of you, but I've got to go back to work. And I don't know how I'm going to explain this massive casket full of malachite.
Yeah.
To my overseer.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, don't worry about that. I'll take care of that. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Then she says, I'll rescue you from the steward, and you and your young wife will need for nothing. But listen now, you must heed what I say. Do not ever again remember me.
Oh,
This is the third test I'm setting you. Now you must have something to eat.
forget my face.
Go back.
Have a sandwich.
Go back a little bit. What?
Hold on.
So she makes him a big feast of all of the best Russian foods, including cabbage stew, as well as fish pie, mutton, buckwheat, and the like.
Okay. Things like that.
It says, and everything that graces the Russian table.
Got it.
Sure.
Some
all the
borscht.
luxuries of Russia.
Anything with beets, for sure.
For sure. Other cabbage products.
More cabbage.
Definitely.
Guys, I don't know that much about Russian food.
A lot of cabbage.
Vodka
Mm.
and beer.
Mm.
I did a class on Chekhov. And in every single story, there's always like this guy who's like, oh, it's so hard taking care of children, whatever, blah, blah. And or like the crazies. And that person always is like sad. And their housekeeper's always like, you're so poor. You can only afford one housekeeper. Here, drink your beer. It's getting cold.
So they like hot beer?
They just like constantly like, yeah, I know that you're sick because you haven't even had your third vodka, but like it's like so, it's in every story, and I'm like, so this isn't like a stereotype. It's like, I'm worried about your health. Here, have your beer.
Why don't you ever say that to me?
I'm,
It's like you don't even care about my
I don't
health.
even care about your health. I'm waiting for you to croak so we can have that sweet, sweet dowry.
Tell my rocks.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna lick all her malachite when she's gone.
That's gonna be so bad for you.
Because we're gonna be buried together, dead or alive.
Jesus. So they sit down and they have this big sumptuous feast of cabbage and other cabbage products together.
Sure.
And at the end of the feast,
Cabbagealism.
cabbagealism.
Yeah.
And as they feast, they talk and they laugh and they like tell jokes and they tell stories and they just hang out and have a good time. And she's like, tell me about your girlfriend. And he like tells her about his girlfriend and everything. And she's like, she sounds sweet.
Mm-hmm.
You sure you don't want to marry me? And he's like, yes, I'm sure. She's like, okay.
Forget my face.
Just checking.
Forget I asked that.
Forget all that stuff. Forget.
Forget.
And then after they finished up, she said, well, farewell, Stepan Petrovich. Be sure not to remember me. And he's like, okay.
Forget my face.
I'll be sure to do that. And then she like looks at him and then she puts her head in her hands and he's like, oh, what? And then she like starts crying and he's like, oh, what? Oh no. And he like doesn't come close to her because of the time before when she was like, oh, and then she started laughing.
Yeah, because it's scary.
This is really scary. But this time she like finishes up her like little cry. And as she does so, she takes her hands away from her face. And there are all of these little green stones that she has cried into her hands.
Girl, you are so messy.
She takes these tears and she gives them to Stepan.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, here, may these bring you profit. People pay huge sums for these stones. You'll be rich.
What about the chest? He's already rich.
He's fine forever.
Stop putting hats on hats.
It says, the stones were cold, but her hand was hot, just like a living hand, and it was trembling a little. And I was like, is this about to get sexy? But then it doesn't. And I was like, oh, damn. Kind of hope that there was going to be...
Did you hope that?
Yeah.
This is up and down.
So Stepan takes the stones and is like, all right, so I forget you. That's number one for me, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely going to do that. How do I get out of here? She's like, oh, well, you can just use this tunnel that I use sometimes. And she points at the wall and a tunnel opens up that goes directly to outside. And she's like, anyways, I'll see you later. Bye. And he like walks through the tunnel entrance and then it closes up behind him. He's like, okay. And he's reappeared right next to where he was mining before. And all of the lizards see him and they're all like, hi. They've created 2 huge mountains of precious stones, double what the quota was, the ridiculous quota was for him for the day. And all of the lizards kind of scurry off to their own business. Mm-hmm. The foreman comes by and sees this huge pile of precious stone. And he's like, I thought that this was dry. And Stefan's like, I don't know. I guess I got lucky. Mm-hmm. Maybe it wasn't dry after all. And he's like, okay. So you've obviously hit your quota. And that means that you get to go and you're free and we're done with you. Just kidding. Obviously, this is some sort of black magic. We're going to put you somewhere else and we're going to have my son mine this area that is clearly giving up all kinds of precious stones and metals.
Go fuck yourself, dude.
And we're going to stake you somewhere that there's going to be nothing.
He hit his quota.
He hit his quota twice.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
No.
So they stake him to another area and they bring the foreman's son over to the load that he just hid. Mm-hmm. And as soon as the foreman's son starts mining, all that comes away from the stone is just rocks and mud.
Yeah.
Nothing more comes forth. And so everyone starts to gossip about the fact that, Stepan
is a witch.
Is a witch. Yeah, they were like, he sold his soul to the devil for a good load. LODE. LODE.
A t-shirt that is a miner with a big cart full of precious gems, and it says, "I'd sell my soul for a good load."
Stepan, meanwhile, is over at a new area, which has also been completely dry. Mm-hmm. And the overseer's like, okay, so here's your new quota. We need you to find a 2-ton malachite boulder. And then once you do that, you know what? We'll call it square. You'll be free. You don't have to work for the rest of your life, actually. So.
Are you going to pay him?
Unclear.
We'll just break both your legs so you can't work ever again.
And Stepan's like, well, I'll do what I can, but, the mountain, she's a fickle mistress. And they're like, aha. And he's like, no, that was just a turn of phrase. And they're like, okay.
We thought that was a spell. Like, no, that's just classic language.
Just normal, regular communication.
We're just chatting. I thought we were just hanging out.
The overseer then goes to all of the other workers in the mountain in Krasnogorsk and tells them all to stop working. And he's like, nobody has to do anything again because Stepan's going to do it all for us because he made a deal with the devil. So everyone stops working except for Stepan, who's stuck in this spot looking for a 2-ton malachite boulder. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, at least after I find this boulder, I'll be totally free. And so he works for a little while, and eventually he comes across this massive 2-ton boulder of malachite, which is unheard of to find anything of that size that is intact. But he comes across it, and he goes to the overseer, and he's like, look, I found it. The overseer's like, okay, so
this proves it.
Definitely a witch.
A witch.
They unearth the boulder, and they haul it up to the surface. And then Stepan's like, so I'm free now, right?
No.
Right? Am I? Right? And they're like, why would you be free?
Why? Start getting things in writing.
Seriously. So they send off this boulder to one of the churches that's being constructed nearby, the Church of St. Isaac, I believe. Mm-hmm. And supposedly you can still find it to this day. Cool. I wasn't able to find record of it online, but...
The big boulder?
The big boulder.
Okay.
But I did find some other stuff, so I'll show you some pictures at the end. The foreman writes about this massive boulder that Stepan has found, and he writes a letter to the squire who kind of oversees part of the mine. He's like, it's so crazy. This guy definitely sold his soul to the devil. Mm-hmm. And now we have this massive 2-ton boulder of malachite, and everywhere that he strikes his pick, we get a massive load.
The guy's like, congratulations.
Hey. So the squire has to come see this for himself. He comes to the mines and he sees Stepan mining away. And as he mines, just malachite and lapis lazuli and copper pour forth from the mountain in unheard of quantities. And he's like, this is incredible. This is so crazy. He's like, Stepan, I want you to find me a malachite mask that can be hewn into pillars no less than 30 feet high.
Okay.
And Stepan is like, and why exactly would I do that? And he's like, because I'll set you free and you'll be set for life.
Heard that before.
Exactly. And Stepan's like, yeah, sure. I'm definitely going to believe you this time. And the squire's like, no, I give you my word as a nobleman. And Stepan's like, I don't care about your word as a nobleman.
That means
give me this in writing.
Yes, Stepan.
He says, first, write me a manumission paper. Then I'll do my best and we'll see what happens. The squire, of course, started shouting and stamping his feet, but Stepan would not budge. Oh, I nearly forgot. Write my betrothed a paper, too.
Yeah.
Else, what kind of a muddle would that be? Me free, but my wife still in bondage.
Yeah.
The squire shouts at him a little bit more, but then realizes that he kind of has no leverage in this scenario. And so he's like, all right, I'll do it. I'll free both you and your betrothed from this sort of interned servitude to the mountain.
Yeah.
They're interns.
They're interns. Unpaid interns. So Stepan's like, all right, I'll do my best to try and find some malachite that can be hewn into 30-foot pillars, but I can't make any promises. It's going to be, just maybe just my luck. And the squire's like, sure, luck, wink, wink, wink. And he's like, no, it's just going to be up to my luck. And the squire's like, sure, wink, wink.
You're good at winking.
Thank you. Not me.
Yeah, you.
Me?
Yeah, Max is just
Wink,
winking.
wink.
She's good at it. Got a lot of control over that eye.
So he goes back to work and almost immediately finds a massive load of malachite that is able to be hewn into massive 30-foot pillars. And so they unearth it and they send it to the squire. The squire has these malachite blocks shipped to St. Petersburg, and they're installed at the Cathedral of St. Isaac. And I have a couple of pictures of these malachite columns that do exist at the Chapel of St. Peter, or St. Isaac. St. Isaac.
Isaac is such a sweet name.
So this, you can see this is like pure malachite.
Whoa, beautiful.
Yeah, it's really incredible.
They're so green.
You can see, so these are malachite, and then the ones in the middle are lapis lazuli.
Cool. Gorgeous.
Yeah. These are just from the Wikipedia page for the Cathedral of St. Isaac. And they're there to this day, which I think is pretty incredible.
That is cool.
Yeah. Malachite doesn't seem like it would be super sturdy for building stuff. So I don't really know how they're still there, but maybe, I don't know.
Maybe they're not load bearing.
Loads.
LOL.
So the nobleman, true to his word, gives Stepan his release papers and release papers for his betrothed as well. And so Stepan and his betrothed run off together and they get married and they live a happy life.
Stefan, you should have said your whole family.
Probably. You maybe be like, stop enslaving people.
I would like you to end this.
Yeah.
No serfdom. We're in capitalism now, baby.
More like
CRAPitalism. But we're all friends. So it's capitalism.
Aww. So Stepan stops working the mine, and the moment that Stepan leaves, the mine goes completely dry. They continue trying to mine in this area that the mistress told them to stop mining, and all of the copper has retreated into the mountain. They find no more copper or malachite or lapis lazuli.
You might just overmined it.
Nope. Areas where they like found a lot before, they suddenly are finding nothing, and they are finding nothing everywhere. They do not find a single stone from the day that Stepan disappears.
Yeah.
Because the mistress of the mountain is mad at them.
Yeah.
And because she told them to stop mining that mountain.
Yeah.
The story goes on to say, so Stepan and his wife run off together and get married, and they live happily ever after. Except no, they don't, because this is a Russian story.
Okay.
The story says Stepan did not have a happy life either.
Why? What's the point of doing this?
He married, started a family, and built a house, all good and proper. He might have lived there in comfort and been happy, but he became downhearted and his health started failing. He was pining away by the minute. So he starts going into the mine mountains and trying to like steal stones from the mountains in like the areas where they're already being commercially mined. So he's like sneaking in and trying to
What's the point?
Poach.
Doesn't he have so much money?
Yeah. But he misses the mines.
Oh, he yearns for the mines?
He's one of the children who yearns for the mines.
Jesus Christ.
So he looks in Krasnogorsk, but just like everyone else who mines Krasnogorsk, he comes up with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So every day he comes home empty-handed, and he isn't able to find anything. His family waited and waited for him to come home with something. And then one day, he doesn't come home at all. They wait another day, they wait two, and he does not return home. And so they send someone up into the mountains to look for him.
Mm-hmm.
What they find is a massive cave in the side of the mountain and a body.
Okay.
Stepan's body.
Mm-hmm.
His face is frozen in sort of a half smile, not a full smile because he's Russian.
Yeah, he would never.
He would never. His face is frozen in sort of a half smile. And a little ways away from his body is a massive green lizard that has a little crown on it. And as they like find the body, the lizard's like, okay, someone found him. Doesn't say it, but like nods. You know how lizards do.
Classic lizard nodding in recognition while wearing a crown.
And scampers further into the mountain and disappears. The story says, it was sitting as if keeping watch over the dead man. It raised its head and tears were dripping down.
And rocks were coming out of those tears?
No, she's a lizard.
Okay, so it's only when she's in her human form. Got it.
I assume. As they sort of bundle up the dead man to bring him home, his hand opens up and they see that clutched in his fist is a handful of, they're called copper emeralds. I'm not sure exactly what they are because emerald, I don't think, forms alongside copper.
Yeah.
But they may be something like incredibly pure malachite or something. But they're very, very rare and very incredibly valuable. And again, I looked up copper emeralds and all I could find was like people being like, copper emerald druzy, eBay is sexy jewelry for women.
All right. Tell me more. I'm not interested.
Go on. One of the people knows what a copper emerald is and is like, oh, Nastasia, his wife, you've been left a fortune. Like, this is incredible. These are almost never found, and this is a whole handful of them. Like, this is enough to keep your family going for centuries. And Nastasia is like, well, I don't know where he got these. Clearly not here because this mountain's dry. And they're like, well, maybe he had them already and he was going to give them to you as a present. She's like, he never mentioned anything about that.
Nastasia,
he just gave
can you
me
stop
this...
looking this gift horse in the mouth?
Yeah. She's like, he gave me this massive malachite casket when we were first married, but that's the only gift. He never mentioned any
Have you
copper
opened it
emeralds
up?
or anything. Yeah, they've been living off of it for a while and everything. But she had never heard anything about these stones that he had in his possession. They try and take the stones out of his hand and they crumble into dust.
Whoa.
Eventually, someone realizes that the copper emeralds were the tears of the mistress of the Copper Mountain.
Sure.
He had not sold them to anybody, the story says. He had kept them and hidden them from his family. He had them with him when he met his death. Well, what do you make of that?
He fell into a CRAPitalism.
And the story says, so that's what she's like, the mistress of the Copper Mountain. A bad man who meets her will have nothing but woe, and there will be little joy for a good man.
I mean,
the
end.
end.
Wow, what a weirdly unsatisfying ending.
Yeah. I really like that story. I really like this like weird, unhinged
Yeah, I love
rock maiden.
I love a really scary, unpredictable goddess or princess.
Yes.
We've had a couple of them and they're always fun.
Yeah. And this is, I have a picture for you of a stamp that is based on the story of the Mistress of Copper Mountain. And she's dressed, so there's a woman, she's dressed in sort of traditional Russian garb that's like red and green and shimmery.
Yeah.
And she's in a malachite mine where you can see like all of the whorls of the malachite behind her and everything.
And the lizards.
And the lizards.
And she's with a young girl with a long braid. So that actually she might be the young girl.
I think this is from a different story. And I think that she is the one in the green and the red. And the gold.
It's a beautiful stamp.
Yeah, it's really pretty. Actually, let me find this really quickly. There's the seal of the town that's closest to Krasnogorsk mine. The town is called Polevskoy, and you can see the coat of arms here. It's a lizard, and then the alchemical symbol for copper, and the lizard's wearing a little crown. So, like the town seal is based on this story,
fun.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
I like this little lizard a lot.
I'll put these pictures up on the Instagram so you guys can see.
Anyways, that's the Mistress of Copper Mountain. And that's some rocks.
Very fun.
Yeah, rocks.
That story rocked. Let's take a little break, yeah?
Yes, please.
Okay, we'll be right back. Bye. Okay, Max.
Okay, Janey.
Max, okay. So, over our break, beloved listener, The Grunch,
Oh, the Grunch.
reached out to us for the second time, third time, and was like, I don't mean to pressure you. Just once again, bumping it back up to the top of your interest. Would you ever consider doing any French Canadian tales, or specifically tales from Montreal or Quebec or anything like that? And I was like, wow, very respectful way to do that. Also, you guys are allowed to yell at us about tales that you like. It's fine. And I asked them again, I was like, do you have a suggestion? And she gave me all these suggestions, which were great. The only problem was, and every time I tried to go back to look, they're all in French. There's very few English translations coming out of Quebec and Montreal that aren't just retellings of stories we've already done.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, so that makes it a little more difficult, not impossible by any means. And so I went on to eBay and I was looking up, trying to find one specific author. Couldn't find his stuff translated in English, but I did find this little book, The Wicked Fairy Wife, a French-Canadian folktale. This is a little children's book. It's one story in here. It has beautiful little pen and ink stippling illustrations that are kind of goofy looking by Kim Price. But this story is by Mary Alice Downey. It was written in the 80s, or at least it was published in the 80s. And in the copy that I got, it says retold by Mary Alice Downey, but I'm actually going to put a by Mary Alice Downey, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But it has a little
inscription,
a little note from whoever gifted this for December 1983 or Christmas 1983. It said, "A remembrance of 1983, the year of your Quebec trip. Love, Mom."
Oh,
yeah.
That's so sweet.
It is very sweet. So clearly this person got her a little book in the 80s.
Yeah.
And now I have it to remember her Quebec trip.
The book that I pulled my Russian story from has little notations in the front of due dates for when each of the stories are due, I assume in like a Russian literature or Russian folktale class.
Cute. I love that.
Yeah.
That's like the best part of getting used books is knowing that people were touching these and thinking very thoughtfully about the stories and stuff before you.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
It's like its own form of folklore.
It is. It's definitely its own form of community.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with that, though, this is a quote-unquote French-Canadian folktale. Grunch, this is for you, but I am going to do a lot more research on a couple more stories that I am chasing right now, and you'll see why at the end. But,
okay.
The Wicked Fairy Wife.
Can I just say, looking at the cover of the book,
yeah,
it's a man wearing a little suit and a woman who is very obviously a witch.
Yeah. Classic witch illustration style.
Yes, absolutely. Classic witch. And she's like yelling at him and pointing at him. And he's like sadly, I don't know, wringing out a towel or something.
I think he's shining her shoe. He's on his knees in front of her. And he's like buffing her shoe.
Okay.
And he's doing it wrong because she is mad at him and pointing at his face.
I gotta say, that's not a face I would marry. But
no, you wouldn't marry this?
No, he's so ugly.
Sad. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a poor farmer who had a wife, 4 children, and not much else. That's the first line. One night, his little hut that he was living in caught fire and it burned to the ground.
So he still has the same amount of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Except for now he doesn't have a roof over his head. The old man, they call him an old man. I think that's kind of rude. I think they just mean parents.
Adult.
Yeah. Also, they say they have 4 children. Questionable. The old
Why
man.
is that questionable?
Oh, you'll see. The old man was crying and sifting through the ashes and the rubble of his like destroyed house. And he looked up at his wife and he's like, "What are we gonna do? We have nothing left but each other." And she's like, "I don't know." I'm in the same situation you are. So with no other choice, and apparently no good neighbors to help them out, they left their home on foot. They trudged along the King's Highway for a long time until they eventually came to a little cottage. And I'm guessing this is like the first house they saw after a very long time of walking. So the farmer knocked on the door and no one answered. And they kind of like knocked again. They went around, they looked in the windows, nobody was in there. And it's like getting dark and they're exhausted. So the wife is like, maybe we can stay in the house overnight and then the owners might come back tomorrow and we'll ask them for help.
Yeah.
So they did that. And the next morning, no sign of the owners. So they searched the house for any signs that someone had been there recently, but it became clear like right away no one had been there for a very long time. So the farmer was like, here's what we're going to do. We'll stay here until they get back. We'll take care of the house and we'll take care of the land. And then I guess we'll just like explain later, like the whole thing of like,
better to ask forgiveness than permission.
Yeah, apologize, but do it anyway. And before they knew it, they had lived in the little cottage for 3 years. They farmed the land and they raised their children and they were generally very happy. They're like, this is great. They don't have to pay rent. Nice. But one day, a stranger came along. He greeted the farmer with a friendly, "Good day, monsieur." And the farmer was like, "Oh, good day." And the guy kind of looked around. He's like, "Nice land." And he's like, "Ah, thank you." And he's like, "Yeah, good house." And he's like, "Yeah, it is." And he's like, "Mm-hmm. I have a quick question." Why are you farming on my land and living in my house? Who told you that was okay? And the farmer was like, "Oh my God, this is your house. We've been waiting for you." And he kind of like explained everything that happened. And he's like, "Please don't call the cops, ma'am. we didn't know what else to do." And the man listened to the whole story and he's like, "So you had no idea who I was before you started squatting? Like this was random?" And the guy's like, "Yes. This was a clearly abandoned house and we needed help." And he's like, "Okay, so my name is Prince Nicholas. I'm the king's son. And this is my house." And at this point, the old man fell to his knees and said, quote, "Noble sir, you are rich. Have pity on a poor man." And at this point, I said, this feels like it's on the prince. Lock your doors or don't abandon your house for 3 years.
Yeah. Yes.
Why do you have this house if he didn't even send anyone to check on it? It's going to go into disrepair. He's lucky these people moved in.
Honestly, he should be hiring them to live there when he's not there.
Yeah, that should be their full-time job. Farm the land, live in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
groundskeepers, that's a job.
that is literally a job. He didn't have groundskeepers. Or maybe his groundskeepers died. Who knows?
Oh.
All I know is this guy was just I'm surprised he remembered he had a house here.
Yeah.
Anyway. Who knows if Prince Nicholas would have pressed charges or not? I certainly don't have a good read on this dude. You'll see why later. I have no idea what kind of guy he is. Because as he was talking to the farmer, he caught sight of his lovely daughter, Josette. She had a gentle smile and beautiful brown eyes, and Nicholas fell in love at once. I'm getting there.
I don't know if we can hear that.
No spoilers. It's raining here and thundering. If we get a really loud one, they'll hear it. She had a gentle smile and beautiful brown eyes, and Nicholas fell in love at once. So he made a deal with the farmer then and there. If he would give over his lovely daughter, Nicholas would give him the deed to the house and the land. For free, but not really for free. For human. Heartbroken, but not sure what else to do, the farmer told his daughter to pack her shit. He said, "You'll be rich and happy with a king's son, my daughter. Go, and God bless you." So I want to prepare yourself because we're going to leave this lovely little cottage and we're going to enter Red Flag Central.
Okay. All right.
All right?
I'm ready.
Just see if you can catch him. I'm going to start throwing them at you all at once.
I need a little bell.
I wish we had a bell.
Wait, we have a bell. I'm going to go get the bell.
She's going to go get the bell. Okay, Max has a bell.
I got a bell.
It's a hand bell. It's the soup bell. Isn't that the little bell that came with the soup? That's so funny.
Is it?
Yeah, Savannah, when I had COVID the first time, back when we were still under quarantine, nobody had the shots yet. No, I already had my vaccinations, but I did get COVID. And she sent a care package that was like a soup service. And in it was a blanket and soup and rolls and cookies and also a golden bell in case I needed to call you from my bedside. Anyway, it's a hand bell. It's not like a ding.
No, but it's good enough.
So, the prince gently helped Josette into the carriage and they drove off to his castle. When they reached his city at last, her eyes were huge with wonder. She'd never seen anything like this before. The royal castle was like golden in the sunlight. I don't know if it's actually made of gold, but like they talk about how when the sun hits it, it shines like gold. The prince ordered the royal servants to look after Josette as if she were royalty already. Quote, "He hired the finest teachers and singing masters to instruct her. Josette learned her lessons well. She was treated kindly and was happy, and with each passing year, she grew taller and more beautiful." She was a child. One day. That's it.
Also, imagine your fiance being like, "You need schooling."
Ding, ding.
Ding, ding.
Just the idea that he literally was like, "I'll take her here and she'll go to school because she's a kid." and eventually she'll reach her full height because she's not done growing.
God.
One day, the prince called Josette to him and said, "Josette, it is true that I took you from your parents, but I have had you well educated and cared for. Now I want to marry you." Yeah, That's basically it. That's the red flag. I wrote, Stephanie Meyer, this you? Gisette was shocked. She's like, I can't marry.
Why?
What? Because she probably didn't understand why she was being given away because of the fact that she was, a child.
Okay, yeah.
She was like, I can't marry you. My parents are poor and gross.
And they are gross.
They're so gross. We
They
all
so
thought
love
that
their
from the
child.
beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a house. It's so hard to buy a house, though. I'd sell
guess
you
it was
for
a-
a studio apartment.
I guess if it was a child that you didn't really like that much.
Yeah, right? The prince was like, it doesn't matter if your parents are gross. I make the laws. I can marry us right here if you want. And she's like, oh. Okay. And he's like, so you do want? She's like, oh. Yeah. He's like, great. Then I now pronounce this married. I like the red flag bell. I think we should keep it. And I wrote, and because she was kind of a fancy prisoner in this realm, she said yes, and they were married. Fancy prisoner, attorney at law. Everyone who was anyone came to the wedding. It was the biggest, fanciest event anyone had ever been a part of. They had everything, except for Gisette's parents. According to the prince, they lived too far away to come to the party. We're probably good with the bill. Not side note, but like just, I don't think they're too far away to come to the party.
No.
You took a horse there. You could take a horse there and get them and come back.
For sure.
Send a horse. Send an Uber.
Yeah. Send a carriage.
Yeah.
Send 6 horses. Who gives a fuck? You're the prince.
You're literally the prince.
You're their prince.
Yeah. You could send a messenger and say, start walking now, bitch.
Yeah.
And they have to.
And they have to.
And they should. So her parents did not get to come to the party, but the story says on her wedding day, the parents, quote, toasted the bride and groom with blueberry wine. Yeah.
That's nice.
This doesn't sound bad. Maybe it's like a spritzer.
Ooh, a little
Like
blueberry
being-
spritzer.
That would be nice.
Could be good.
Could be good. Should we go?
Let's go be peasants.
Oh, let's go be peasants.
Just kidding.
From Quebec.
We're already peasants.
Yeah, we're not great. I had a dinner of bread and cheese last night. So. For a little while after their wedding, the couple was very happy together. But one morning, Prince Nicholas was like, hey, we haven't seen your parents in years, and you miss them. And she's like, yeah. And he's like, and you have some joyful news to tell them. And she's like, yes, I do. They're married already. It's done.
Okay.
No more red flags.
That's not true. You can have red flags when you're married.
Ring that bell, bitch. But he's like, let's go back and visit your parents. And she was like, amazing. I would love to. So he ordered 4 black horses to be harnessed to the royal carriage, and they took off that day. They were passing through a small valley when Gisette looked out the window and saw the lace tablecloth lying by the side of the road. And she perked up and was like, honey, pull over.
The thrifty.
This is what it's like on bulk trash day when you're like going around, your neighbors have put out all their nice like furniture and rugs, or maybe not nice ones.
Not nice.
Any furniture and rugs. And every time I'm like, should I?
Do I need an armoire?
An armoire? Guys, the Fourth Wing books, the narrator says armoire like 100 times. Can't. The word is armoire. And now that doesn't even sound right, but I know it's not armoire.
Armoire.
God,
Armoire.
and for that reason, I'm out. So she's like, I need that. He was like, we have a bunch of nice tablecloths back at the castle. We don't need street
That's not
trash.
relevant.
What does that have to do with anything? But she was like, no, go get it for me, please. She says, it would make a lovely gift for my parents. They're trash. They'll love it. So he jumped out of the carriage to get the cloth. And as soon as his hand touched it, an ugly old crone jumped out from underneath the cloth and grabbed him roughly by the throat. Jesus. And she screamed, marry me or I'll strangle you!
The classic lace tablecloth by the roadside with a witch hiding underneath.
Gambit. Alarmed, he was like, "Sorry, lady, but I'm already married." My wife is literally right there in the carriage.
Hi, honey.
Yeah, and she's like, "Hi, please don't strangle him." And the old woman was like, "That one, she's only fit to be a servant. Marry me or I'll strangle you." And then she tightened her hand on his throat and started to throttle him a little bit.
Bart Simpson style.
Yeah, absolutely. Except one-handed, because she a beast.
Damn, dude.
I do have a picture for this.
Oh. Okay, so there's a woman, and she's wearing a varsity jacket.
She busted as hell. She got that on the side of the road, Max. That was in the bulk trash.
Yeah, she's wearing a varsity bomber that's been patched a couple of times, and she's got like a pleated skirt with like a very chic patterned scarf around her waist, and she's got kind of beachy waves.
She got wiry as fuck hair. Don't let this lady is busted. She's crone.
She's got really nice coffin nails.
Those are claws.
And she's wearing those Louboutins.
That's true. She's like jumping out at this guy.
Yeah, the guy doesn't not look like Commodore James Norrington.
He got the hair for sure.
For sure. And he's holding a striped tablecloth that's not made of lace.
I thought the same thing. On the sides, I guess the illustrator started to try to, this made it wiry and wispy.
And then they were like, fuck this.
I'm not doing this anymore. This is too much. So, marry me or I'll strangle you. She just keeps screaming it at him.
We've got a couple of really good flirters in this episode.
I think so. I mean, I'm not into being strangled. But here's where I said we all know Janey's policy here. I don't negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah.
You're going to have to strangle me on the side of this road, bitch.
Yeah. In front of my wife. My wife.
My
pregnant wife.
Wife. Whoa, Max. Whoa. Way to assume. Because she gained a few pounds. It's not cool to say that, Max.
I would lie to a witch. I would tell her that my wife is pregnant.
Yeah.
Just to make her feel bad.
I don't know if she'd feel bad. She'd be like, marry me or I'll strangle her now then, I guess. Afraid for her husband's life, Josette begged him to give the old woman anything she wanted. And he's like, are you sure? And she was like, yeah. And he's like, you don't have to marry her. She's like, it's fine. I could use a sister wife. Just to deal with you. And he's like, okay.
It's a weird time to bring this up. I kind of thought we were doing well.
Do we have a problem? And she's like, no, there's no problem. It's just, like, sometimes I'm tired and you're not. Like, you just have a lot of energy. I don't have that energy. Okay, well, why are you bringing it up now? I don't want to talk about this anymore. I have a headache. Okay, whoa, typical. I wonder if that'll come across as me being strangled.
I'm sure it will.
Hopefully it will. Okay, so she was like, do what she wants. And so he was like, okay.
I like this voice a lot.
Okay. After he agreed, the old woman, who really was a wicked fairy, surprise, surprise,
Sure.
jumped into the carriage and shoved Josette aside. But she brought her with her. She didn't shove her out of the carriage. Then they turned the carriage around and they returned to the castle.
Oh.
No homecoming for you, Josette.
Damn.
I mean, it would be really weird if the lady was like, now I want to go several days away.
This might be a stupid question. Do they get to keep the tablecloth?
That's such a good question. Or did she put it back on the ground and the next person that jumps out, another crone jumps out? Endless crone portal.
Bottomless crone hack.
And the rich get richer.
The rosebud of crones.
What does that mean?
It's a Sims joke.
Oh no.
In The Sims, you can use the cheat code that is just the word rosebud, and it just gives you like $100,000.
Whoa.
And you can do it as many times as you want, and it just gives you $100,000 every time.
Hot tip for all you sim heads out there. You simians.
It's an ancient cheat code. To be clear, a rosebud code is like a term that is used for cheat codes. Everybody knows about Rosebud.
I don't know anything about Rosebud. I don't want to brag.
JD's too cool for video
I'm
games.
so cool. Everyone says so. For a little while after this, Josette was forced to wait on the wicked fairy, who was like, I'm the wife now and you're the servant. So she was forced to wait on the wicked fairy, quote, while she lay about eating raw lemons, end quote. And now I'd like to take back everything I said. I think she sounds cool and hot, actually. I like her fuck-ass hair.
Beachy waves is what we call them.
It looks like steel wool.
She's got a little bit of untamed texture.
Every day, Josette scrubbed the castle on her hands and knees, but it was never enough. After a week, the wicked fairy woke up in a terrible mood. She, quote, cursed and swore and broke every plate in the castle.
Mm.
She cursed and she swore.
Oh my god. Pick a thing.
Fuck, bitch.
Abracadabra.
Bippity boppity fucking cunt. And then she screamed that Josette wasn't learning a thing. I don't know if she was trying to teach her anything, but she was like, this bitch stupid. And she wanted her gone. Gone! She ordered Josette to be hanged by the neck until dead. She loves strangling people.
Yeah, she's a real...
Nicholas was like, but that's my wife. And she was like, but it's my wife. Shut up! I'm your wife, bitch! Send for the hangman or I will tear out your eyes! So the next morning, 4 hangmen showed up to take Josette away. As they led her into the forest, where I guess that's where they hang people.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be a gallows. They were like whispering among themselves. They're like, this seems wrong.
This kind of seems like a domestic abuse situation.
It doesn't seem like official, right? Did you get a contract? I didn't get a contract.
Are you guys like for hire or is it just kind of a government thing?
I don't. This is my first week. They were like, we're executioners, not monsters. How could they hang someone so young and pretty? And one of them was like, whoa, that's not the issue. What? I just think I would like this to be more official is all. Like, what's her crime? So one of them was like, yeah, that's not cool. Like, we have a moral obligation as executioners. We do live by a code. There's 4 of us. We all pull the gallows string. One of them
together. It's a 4-man job.
We swore way back when that we would hold this job to the highest ethical standards. And so he was like, we cannot hang her in good conscience. So they took her to the forest and he was like, let's tear out her eyes instead. And the other said, yeah, that's the natural step below hanging an innocent woman. And just,
I thought they were hangmen, not tear out your eyes, guys.
They're diversifying their portfolio. And Josette said, quote, dear God. Because she didn't want to die, but that seems so violent.
Yeah.
But she let them pluck out her beautiful brown eyes, and then she sat on a stump, sobbing, as they drove away, feeling very good about themselves for being such good problem solvers. This story is casual as fuck about the fact that they're like, we did good.
Good us.
I'm like, this is kind of based on Snow White, you know, like...
Yeah, it sounds familiar. I was going to say.
No. They could have just left her in the woods and been like, don't come back.
No.
I guess not. They brought back her eyes.
But he didn't ask for her eyes.
No, she did not. Josette cried for a long, long time until she realized if she didn't move and try to find help, she'd die in the woods, and this would all been for nothing. So she began to wander blindly until she heard the sound of an axe chopping wood. And she called, who's there? And the response was, I am Jean-Paul, the wood chopper.
That's very informative.
Thank you. How old are you? 29 to 42. What? She begged him to help her and to take her home and feed her. And he was horrified at the sight of her. And this story, she is so lucky she's in Quebec and not in like the Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah.
Because if they saw a woman bleeding from the eyes crying in the woods, they'd be like, not my problem. I gotta get out of here.
It's a big nope from me.
Big old nope. Find your way home. This guy, Jean-Paul, was very nice, though. He piled all his logs in the cart, and I'm like, Jean-Paul, leave them. Emergency situation. He stacked all his wood, and then he sat Josette in the middle, and then he drove them all home. Him, Josette, and all of the logs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The woodchopper's wife was named Madeline, and I do appreciate that she has a name.
Mhm.
She took one look at Josette and immediately rushed to her aid. She washed her wounds and gave her food, and the two fussed over her all night. Josette was afraid to tell them what happened because she didn't want the wicked fairy to know she was still alive. And I am cynical. So I would also be worried that they would, like...
Sell me to...
Yeah, basically sell me out. Take me back, hoping for a reward or something.
Yeah.
I also would have chosen hanging over eye pluckings. So, I don't know. Which one would you have chosen?
So you know how my brain works, where the second I'm given an ultimatum, I'm like, what's the loophole here?
How do I get out of here?
And I was like, what about a compromise? One eye plucked and some light choking.
I think we could all benefit from this a little.
Everybody comes out of this happy.
There's no bad ideas in brainstorming. One eye plucked and some light choking. If that's your kink, email Max at sortofthestorydoc@gmail.com.
I'm not offering one eye, to be clear.
She is offering some light choking. So, Josette was like, I am a widow, and I was attacked by robbers on the way back to see my family, who live very far away from this kingdom. These robbers steal eyes for trade.
Step 1, steal eyes. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, profit.
Yeah. And that's the end of that story. Thank you very much. And they were like, wow, that's specific and sad. You got attacked by the eye robbers? Horrible. She also shared with them the good news that she was going to tell her parents, but now would never get a chance to. She was pregnant.
Yeah.
She got to say it, Max. She did. She asked the couple if she could stay with them until the baby was born, and they immediately made room in their lives for her. She helped as much as she could, probably not a whole lot. Mostly it consisted of her singing to them for entertainment at night. That was their Nintendo.
We're watching the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I watched the first one on my own, but Janey and I are watching the second one, and there's two guys that find a hat after being at sea for a really long time. And they're just passing the hat back and forth and having the time of
And
their
like
lives.
there's like happy Turkish noises.
And Janey was like, that would be us too. That would be our Nintendo.
And then we both just started chanting, Nintendo! This is Nintendo! And just anytime you see anyone pre the television have any joy, just screaming out, this is Nintendo! This is Nintendo! Anyway, blind girl singing to them, this is Nintendo.
That's Nintendo, baby.
Oh my god. Several months later, she gave birth to a healthy baby boy, whom she named Jean-Paul, after the nice woodcutter.
I forgot his name immediately.
Jean-Paul!
The woodcutter!
It's me. I chop up the wood. My name is Jean-Paul. I eat the baguette. Grunch, is this what you wanted?
Is this what you wanted?
You like this? Grunch, is this Nintendo?
Is this your Nintendo?
Please let us know. Jean-Paul the child was a very happy little boy. He was taught everything his mother knew and everything the woodcutter and Madeline knew as well. He could trim trees and sing songs, and he was really, really good at math.
Oh.
Those are the three skills they give to him.
So Madeline's really good at math.
I think so. Good for you, math.
That's cool.
No.
Good for you, math.
Woman in STEM. Woodcutter's wife in STEM. That never comes back. It's just really weird that, like, his big skill. He says it one other time. He's like, hey, can I help you? I'm good at math. But, like, it's never math-related stuff.
People who are good at math will never stop telling you that they're good at math,
Oh my
though.
God, we
As a
get
person
it.
who's good at math, I'm constantly like, hey, is there math involved? I can do that.
Anybody need some math done? I'm good at math.
Somebody give me a math problem. I miss having achievable goals.
That's the truth. So John Paul had a very happy childhood, but every day he thought there must be more than this provincial life.
Mm.
And one day he asked his mother, "Why do we live hidden away in the woods?" And she said, "I can't tell you that." And he's like,
Why not?
"Why don't I have a dad?" And she's like, "I can't tell you that either." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then he asked, "Why were your eyes plucked out of your head?" And at this point she said, "Fucking fine, I'll tell you." And she told him everything.
That didn't take much.
No. Immediately upon hearing the story, Jean-Paul packed up some provisions and told his mother he was going to find his father and get revenge on the wicked fairy. He set out at dawn, despite his mother's objections, and walked for a long time until he came to, quote, an old man who had a tuft of white hair tied back by an eel skin, end quote. Want to see him?
Yeah. That's an old man.
Yeah, it is.
He's got a crazy handlebar mustache and a big old frizzy beard. I
Okay,
mean,
so
a beachy waves beard.
I'm sorry.
A beachy waved beard.
Suddenly, just because it's an old man, Max think he looks fucked.
You know what? Yeah, I stand by it.
This man was sitting on a stump by his cabin door, watching his axe chop wood.
Oh.
Yeah, you can barely see it because the contrast isn't good enough, but like, yeah, the axe is just chopping wood on its own.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't
Okay.
say it's chopping wood on its own. It just says that he's sitting there as his axe chops wood.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now, Jean-Paul the Junior,
Oh, yeah, JPJ.
JPJ,
Yeah.
knows a lot about wood cutting, so I imagine this kind of blows his mind a little bit.
I think so. I also think that it's bad storytelling to have two woodcutters.
Yeah, there are other jobs.
Not in Quebec. You can be a prince, an executioner, or I guess an eye plucker, or a woodcutter. Those are the...
Or a woodcutter's wife.
That's not a job. Her job is math. Or you can be a mathematician who helps us get to space. Which is what she does.
Have you seen that thing where someone's like, I just went through a breakup and my dad was trying to make me feel better. And it's just the dad being like, do you have any idea how hard it was for Black women in the 60s in the space program? And it's like, anyways, he just watched Hidden Figures. What? You haven't seen that? Oh my God, it's so funny. It makes me laugh every time.
Hilarious. It's like, I guess I shouldn't complain about anything. You're right. Okay. So when the woodcutter, the magic woodcutter,
Okay.
old man woodcutter, when he saw Jean-Paul, he invited him to come sit next to him and have a rest. At first, Jean-Paul kindly refused and told the man that he was on his way to find his father. And the magic woodcutter was like, "What's your father's name?" And the boy was like, "I don't know. All I know is that he was forced to marry a wicked fairy who had like ordered my mom to be put to death. But instead of that, the hangmen all decided to pluck out her eyes." I don't know why. For fun, maybe. Seems sadistic as I'm telling the story out loud. The old man said in a low voice, "Come inside."
Oh God. Don't go inside.
No, Jean-Paul. He told Jean-Paul that because he looked like an honest lad, he'd help him. He gave the young man some supper and a bed to sleep in that night. The next morning, he served him a big breakfast and told him, "To find your father, walk along the highway until you come to a fork in the road. Then eat these 2 small cakes, maybe with the fork.
With the fork in the road."
Think of me, and your way will become clear. That's romantic.
Mhm.
Then he told Jean-Paul that when he got to the Golden Castle, he was to ask to be taken on as a servant. His father is the king now, and at first he'd be like, "No, we have servants." But he said, quote, "Pester him until he agrees. Good luck."
The solution to everything is to be annoying, I think.
Yeah, I think so. That's probably how she lost her eyes. Jean-Paul set off and followed all his instructions to the letter. And that's how he came to the Golden Castle, begging his father, who did not recognize him, of course, to take him on as a servant. At this point, his dad had become a very sad, quiet man because he's in a horrible situation. And he told the boy that, except that, like, No, I guess I shouldn't say. I was going to say, like, the only thing she's threatening is, like, I'm going to strangle you, but I guess that's enough.
Yeah. That's still domestic abuse.
That's domestic abuse. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm back on board. So his father was a very sad man now, and he was like, I already have a servant. I don't need a new one. But a voice from inside snapped, let the boy in if he's willing to work. And the king was like, all right. He shrugged and kind of stepped aside.
Fuck me and what I have to say then.
Why am I answering the door at all then? For about a week, Jean-Paul waited on the wicked fairy hand and foot. For a few days, she seemed very satisfied with his work. But eventually, she started to get fucking irritated with him for no reason. Everything he did was just annoying. Until one morning, she woke in a rage. Quote, she cursed and swore and broke every goblet in the castle.
Every little goblin?
Goblet?
Every little goblin?
No, goblet. The goblins are fine. They're helping her. Like, yeah, fuck these goblets.
Everyone knows that a goblet is a little goblin.
The baby goblin, yeah. She screamed that he wasn't learning a thing and said, quote, if he does not bring me the horse with the gray beard by daybreak, I want him hanged. So Jean-Paul ran out of the castle. He's like, okay. And he didn't stop until he came back to the old man with the axe. This guy was sitting on a stump again, watching the axe chop wood on his own, because this is his Nintendo. Because this is his Nintendo. The man invited him to sit next to him again, and Jean-Paul was like, oh, I have to go get this horse that I guess has a gray beard? Old horse? How would you want that? Otherwise, she's gonna hang me, I guess. He admitted he had no idea where to even start looking for this old horse, and the man was like, don't fear. It doesn't help. He brought him into his home and gave him supper and a bed for the night again. Early the next morning, he gave him a hearty breakfast and told him what to do. He was like, okay, so you're going to take the first turn that you see in the road, and you're going to walk until you come to a field with an iron fence where you will see 25 ferocious lions.
Okay.
Yeah. They are guarding the stable of the horse with the gray beard. And then he handed him 2 small cakes and was like, before you cross the iron fence, eat the cakes, think of me, think of me fondly, and be careful not to make a sound. In the stable, you're going to see 3 bridles. There's a silver one, a brass one, and a steel one. Do not touch the silver one or the brass one. Take the steel bridle, put it on the horse with the gray beard, and then everything's going to be okay. You don't even have to worry about it. So Jean-Paul was like, okay, and he followed the instructions to the letter. After eating the cakes and thinking about that old man, he tipped... Guys, just quick homework assignment. Eat some cake, think about an old man. So after doing that, he tiptoed to the stables, and the lions all stayed asleep. The silver and brass bridles were very beautiful, but he didn't even look at them. He's like, fuck you guys, I listen. And he went straight for the steel bridle, because Canadians are smarter than other characters. When he put it on the horse and jumped on its back, the horse stomped the ground, which woke up all the lions. The lions roared and lunged, but Jean-Paul tapped the horse with his hat, and the horse took off. It soared through the air like the wind, and before the sun had risen fully in the sky, he found himself back at the king's castle. This is a very good illustration of that.
Oh, it's a horse with a beard. The horse's hair has some beachy waves.
This horse is fucked.
There's a lion who's reaching up with his paws like alas poor Yorick to
It really is.
to the horse. There's a guy on the back of the horse. Looks like the horse is jumping over the steel fence, but kind of sideways. Like he's making a real show of it.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? So he made it back to the castle. He knocked on the door, and he told the queen that the horse with the gray beard was in the stable. The wicked fairy was surprised and begrudgingly impressed that he had gotten past 25 guard lions, and for a few days she was very gentle and very happy with him. But of course, this bitch is all over the place. She got some sort of mood disorder. And so one day she woke up in a terrible mood, and she smashed every cup in the castle. At this point, they're like, why do we keep having breakable dishware? We have steel in this castle, just do
Plastic
that.
only.
That's it. The king asked wearily what her fucking problem was. And she screamed, that boy is not learning a thing! I don't know what is she trying to teach him? She's a bad teacher. So she demanded he bring her the crystal chateau that hangs from 3 golden chains by daybreak, or she'd have him hanged. The king was unhappy because at this point he'd grown really fond of Jean-Paul. He liked him beforehand, but now he's like, wow, I really like this kid. He's nice. He's like the only nice person I'm allowed to hang out with. The bummer. But there was nothing he could do. The boy took off at once, back to that magical old man's house, and told him all about his new task. And the magical old man again gave him supper. But this time he's like, you can't spend the night. He was like, okay. And he's like,
You've been thinking about me too much.
I have company. And he's like, okay. And he's like, I have company sometimes. Like, you can't just come here whenever you want and like have bed. So he's like, okay. Thank you for the supper. And he's like, I will tell you how to get that chateau now. The man said for him to go straight along the road until he made it to the Green Sea. He would find the crystal chateau hanging by 3 golden chains above the water. The chateau belonged to 3 evil fairies, whose task it was to guard a wicker basket that held the secret of the crystal chateau.
Okay, so there's the sea and then 3 chains, and the 3 chains hold the chateau. And the chateau is a palace, right? Yeah. Okay.
I'll show you a picture of it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like a house.
It's a big, beautiful
house.
crystal house.
Yeah.
It's suspended by 3 chains, I guess, from the sky.
Yeah.
It's like magically floating.
Yeah.
And it's owned by 3 evil fairies.
And the 3 evil fairies have a basket, and in the basket is the secret of the chateau.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has a secret. Don't tell. The old man gave Jean-Paul a paper canoe, which he folded up and put in his pocket. Thank you. He also gave him a violin, quote, that will make even a donkey dance. Then, of course, he gave him 2 small cakes, which Jean-Paul was to eat when he came to the Green Sea. And think of him.
Do they do anything?
I don't think any of this does anything. He told him the 3 fairies would invite him into the chateau and demand he marry one of them. And the kid's like, how do I get out of that? He's like, you want my advice? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, okay, pick the young one. He's like, what? And he's like, that's just my advice. Pick the young hot one. No. It seems like the best bet. What do you want from me? Think of me the whole time, though. He's like, what? Then he gave him the rest of the instructions and sent him on his way. Jean-Paul followed the instructions to the letter once again, because he's very obedient. And maybe would be up for some light joking.
Is he a good boy, though?
I guess we'll find out. Let's see if he thinks about that old man. Then we'll know for sure. When he got to the Green Sea, he ate the cakes and thought of the old man. And then he unfolded the canoe and he put it in the water, and it grew very large until it was large enough and sturdy enough for the boy to get in and steer. And he went straight to that chateau in the sky.
Aw, rest in peace.
Rip. When he pulled up to the balcony, the 3 fairy sisters appeared to him. They told him, you have to choose one of us to marry. And he's like, okay, I guess I'll choose the youngest. And the story is like, also she's the smallest. And the illustrations kind of, there's like a forced perspective thing going on, but it kind of makes it seem like the other 2 sisters are like 16 feet high. So it's a good get. It's a good get.
A normal-sized woman. It's a good get.
She's 6'2". And he's like, I guess that one. Hello, mama. The marriage took place immediately. They're like, in this country, if you say you're married, you're married. I don't know. So they're married now. He had a fairy wife. Go him. Jean-Paul was like, I'm so happy. Love this. Let's celebrate. I'll play my fiddle and you 2 dance. And he's like, wife, sit next to me. And the 2 fairy sisters were like, we don't know how to dance. And he's like, no, it's easy. Watch this. And he started to fiddle.
He started crumping. And they were like, wait, we're seeing it happen, but we still don't understand what it is. You're so squeaky.
He doesn't know how to fiddle. Why would he?
Oh, that was the fact that was his joints.
That wasn't even me making those sounds. That was just my spine. Squeaky. Okay. So what?
I'm sorry. Was he doing low?
No, he was doing Usher down in the palm with the homies. You know what I mean? I gotta get the chorus. I don't know what song that's I was gonna say yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, not low.
Yeah. But it sounds like this. It's a fiddle.
I don't want to say what that sounds like.
What's it sound like?
No, it's too bad.
Text us at the link below for what you think it sounds like. Okay. So he began to play the fiddle excellently, and the two older fairies began to dance. His wife sat next to him and watched. He played faster and faster until they begged him to stop. They're like, we can't dance anymore. And he's like, yes, you can. He kept playing.
Which one of us is the master of the dance?
He went through Usher's entire discography. Eventually, they danced until they were so exhausted they passed out. And then Jean-Paul dragged their unconscious bodies to the edge of the chateau and threw them into the sea.
Sure.
And the youngest fairy wife was like, why did you drown my sister's husband? And he,
Husband, why?
What? Wait, I have a picture. This is my favorite picture. It's beautiful.
It's two women with beachy waves. And they are fucking it up on the dance floor. I don't know how else to describe that. They are just...
This one looks like she just got done dabbing.
Yeah, they're doing the, like, what is it called when it's like...
Dabbing.
No, the other, it's like a dance move.
I don't know.
The one where you dab back and forth.
I dab back and forth. I dab.
And they gave her tasteful cleavage. Both of them, actually.
Yeah, they look hot.
Yeah.
They look 16 feet tall.
They do.
And in the back, the ugliest little fucker is fiddling away Usher's entire discography.
He looks like, oh, goddammit. The Thin Man from the old Charlie's Angels movies.
Crispin Glover.
Crispin Glover. He looks
Yeah.
like Crispin Glover with the middle part.
He does. It's real bad.
Mhm.
This is a gorgeous illustration.
Yeah.
Anyway, he
I think
murdered them.
Oh. I think they are crumping.
They are crumping. Both. Is this crumping? The youngest fairy was like, why'd you
Oh,
drown
wait,
my...
sorry.
What was the red flag for?
Why did you drown her sisters?
Oh, yeah, red flag, girl. And he was like, no, baby, no, it's okay. Shh, no, it's fine. He's like, I was just afraid that they would be, like, annoying in our marriage. So I didn't want you all to myself, baby. It's fine. You were going to be so happy, just me and you. And then, thinking about that wicker basket, he was like, can you give me a tour of our new house? And she was like, it's okay.
You just murdered my sisters.
She's like, I guess that's okay. So she started taking him around on a tour. She took him to 6 rooms, which were all splendid. But as they started to pass the 7th door, she was like, and this one isn't worth showing. It's the same as the others. And moving on to the kitchen. And he's like, no, go back. What's in the 7th room? And she's like, no, it's super boring. Like, there's nothing in there. And he's like, open the door. I do want to remind you.
Boundaries are healthy in a marriage.
So she opened the door, and he saw that there was a big black crow perched on a table, guarding a wicker basket.
Oh, it's the crow room.
That's where the crow lives, and the wicker basket. And he's like, so, what does this mean? What's up with this room that just has a crow and a basket in it? And she was like, well, the wicker basket holds the secret to the chateau. And the secret is... Oh, sorry, you're gasping. I thought you were going to answer it. And the secret is that the wicker basket can take the chateau wherever I want it to go.
Oh.
Why it rhymes. All she had to do was turn it 3 times to the right and say, quote, basket so fair, pray take me there. And the basket would go wherever she wanted to go.
With the chateau in it.
Yeah. The whole chateau has to go. So hopefully there's like a big yard or something.
All chateau must go.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Jean-Paul noticed there was a small wooden box sitting inside of the basket. And he's like, what's in there? And she's like, oh, some really pretty brown eyes. He's like, oh, okay. She said, quote, once we were 4 fairies, sisters all. The oldest went in search of a husband and married Nicholas, the king's son. Those are the eyes of his first wife. End quote. Barely containing his rage, Jean-Paul was like, and the crow? And she was like, well, the crow is the guardian of my oldest sister's life. Quote, break the crow's legs, and her legs break too. Wring the crow's neck, and her life is through.
Oh,
what about if you give the crow a little treat? What happens then? What if we tell the crow that she's a good girl? We haven't spent enough time thinking about how to treat the crow nicely.
I'm just thinking, I know that it's not the case, but like, those guys were really intent on plucking out those eyes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if those were different eyes. You can't just assume that every pair of eyes you find is your mom's.
I guess not. But why would they give all those other eyes to the queen?
Mm.
They had to prove to her that they at least tortured her.
Mm.
It's weird. Everybody assumes she's dead. Maybe they're like, we hung her. Wait, no. Maybe they're like, we hanged her. Are you happy about that?
I did. Yes.
They're like, we hanged her. And as proof, as we always do, here are her eyes. The lady's like, why couldn't you just bring me her body? The hell?
You know what they say, eyes are the window to the body.
You can't see the body unless you look through the eyes. After a moment, Jean-Paul was like, do the eyes still work? And she's like, weird question. But yes, if someone who loved the owner very much put them back in her sockets, she would be able to see again, quote, with the bright eyes of a young girl, end quote. They returned to the balcony together, and Jean-Paul picked up the violin. And she's like, what are you doing? And he's like, nothing. And then he began to fiddle again. He fiddled faster and faster until she begged him to stop. She couldn't dance anymore. And he's like, oh, yes, you can.
Oh, she's dancing.
Yeah.
You have to stop fiddling. I'm so sick of the fiddle.
You're bad at it. I hate Usher. But he continued until she finally fell unconscious to the ground. Then he threw her into the sea with her sisters. And now they're divorced.
Oh.
Ex-wife. After this, he ran back to the 7th room and he grabbed the wicker basket. He turned it 3 times to the right and he said, basket so fair, pray take me there, to my father's house, the old hag's lair.
Mm.
I think you have to rhyme, but what if you didn't? Basket so fair, pray take me there, to Cincinnati.
To see my daddy.
Oh, damn! I guess you do have to rhyme. The sun hadn't fully risen yet, but the sad king was walking in the garden alone. I guess he's sad. Suddenly, a crystal chateau popped into existence right before him, hanging from 3 golden chains. Jean-Paul popped his head out of the balcony and was like, hi! Brought the queen her chateau. Hey, before I give it to her, though, you want to see it? And the king's like, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, let's hang out. So Jean-Paul lowered a rope and pulled him up. Then he was like, sire, do you know who I am? And the king's like, mm-hmm.
Servant boy.
Me and queen's servant. Seen you a couple times, actually. And Jean-Paul said, no, sire. And he's like, you're not? And he's like, well, no, yes, sire. Technically, yes. But that was a ruse. I'm your son. I came to find you and take revenge on the wicked fairy for her evil deeds against my mother. And the king was like, wait a minute, your mother's still alive? That's amazing. I thought she was dead. And he started to ask all these questions. But before he answered, Jean-Paul was like, wait, hold on. Sorry, I have one thing I need to do real quick. And he led his father back to the 7th room. And he grabbed that crow and wrung its neck. King's like, what the fuck?
Fuck this bird.
Sorry, I can't talk about my mom while that bird's still breathing. I gotta go. At that very same moment, they heard a loud scream. And when they ran to the castle, they found the wicked fairy dead on the floor. I put wicked fair and it really threw me off.
Mm.
The king ordered 4 black horses to be harnessed to the carriage, while Jean-Paul ran back to the chateau to fetch the small wooden box.
Hmm.
I'm mad that he was getting his horses ready. When they have a chateau, they can go anywhere in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
They set off for the woodchopper's hut. The king wanted to go inside and find Josette, but Jean-Paul asked him to wait. So this is the woodchopper, like Jean-Paul and Madeleine.
Yeah.
He went in and embraced his mother. Then he lovingly set her eyes back in their sockets, and just like that, she could see again. I wonder if they made a noise. Blop. Yeah, that was the noise I made. The king, unable to wait any longer, ran into the hut, and he and his family were finally reunited. Quote, "Now I must reward the kind people who cared for you," he said, and he handed them a bag of gold. Not enough.
No.
Then all of them set off towards the city. On the way, they picked up the magical old man with the magic axe.
Okay, good. I was going to ask.
Yeah,
if
he was
came
thinking
back.
about him.
Yeah.
They picked him up too. They all made it back to the castle, and the king ordered a celebration feast to be held in their honor. But despite the festivities and everything that was happening, Jean-Paul noticed that his mother still looked a little sad. And she was like, I have almost everything I want. I should be really happy. And he's like, well, what's missing? And she's like, well, I still haven't seen my parents. This is like my unfinished bit. We were on my way to go see my parents, and now I'm thinking I'll never see them again. And that's like bumming me out with all these celebrations. And Jean-Paul ran to fetch the wicker basket. Thank you. He turned
Finally.
it 3 times and said, "Basket so fair, pray take me there, to my grandparents' house. There's no time to spare."
Okay, so it can be like a different rhyme scheme, but it has to...
Has to rhyme, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if it all had to end with, "To my grandfather's house, and here's my daddy." I hate this basket. And at once, the crystal chateau popped out of existence at the castle and into the old couple's front yard, into their field.
Disastrous.
Josette's parents came rushing to the door and couldn't believe their eyes. Their beautiful daughter, the king, and a handsome young grandson had finally come to visit them. Jean-Paul threw the rope down and pulled his grandparents up to the chateau. And the last line is, quote, "That evening they had a second feast more splendid than the first. Now Josette's happiness was complete, and everyone lived happily ever after." The end.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm saying I don't think that couple had 4 children. They never mention any of the other children.
Yeah, unless they got married off.
I mean, I'm sure if they existed, sure, but like, there's just no mention of any.
There's no need for there to be more children.
That line could have just gone. But she's happy. So
Yeah.
I guess that's all that matters. So here's some notes. This story is described as a retelling of a French-Canadian tale by Mary Alice Downey. However, I could not find any French-Canadian tale that matches this one at all. The closest tale that I could find was the Indian tale. Actually, do you know which one I'm thinking of?
Mm-mm.
You told it. Episode 127, Ring Your Hams, parentheses, Notice Me, Mother.
Oh, the one where there's the magic castle and she marries the... No. And she comes back with the magic palace.
Oh, that's the one. That's Buffer the Nut Fairy that we just did, right? Like the little rainbow palace.
No, it was I think it was a Pakistani story.
Well, the one I'm thinking of is an Indian tale, The Son of 7 Mothers. You told us, episode 127, Ring Your Hams, parentheses, Notice Me, Mother. That story has the young queen being deposed by an evil fairy and having her eyes plucked out of her head. But she's one of 6 wives. Remember this? And the king, because he's in love with the evil fairy, puts all 7 of his pregnant wives in a dungeon. And they all give birth to babies and they all eat the babies except for the last queen who had her eyes plucked out. It's just like, no, I'm not going to let you guys eat my baby. And everyone's pissed at her.
Yeah.
Yeah, a really dark story. That one is like the darkest story I think we've ever told on this podcast.
Yeah, maybe.
Eventually, that baby grows up into a strong man who gets revenge on the evil fairy and saves his mother and aunts. So that's the one that matches the most. In fact, it's like very, very similar. I know like they're all tropes, but like the fact that that's an Indian tale, I'm going to guess it predates this one, that she wrote this in the 80s. This book was published in 1983. Obviously, Mary Alice Downey doesn't give any notes as to where she got this from. But who knows? There are a couple of references that make this seem Canadian. This is pointed out by a Goodreads review. There's a user named Many Books who is Canadian, and they were like, there's like 2 moments where she was like, maybe this is Canadian. They said that the canoe The fact that it wasn't a boat, the fact that he had a little canoe was like a thing that perked their interest. And the fact that Josette's parents drink blueberry wine. And apparently that's a thing in Quebec. They harvest a lot of blueberries there. But beyond that, the story just seems to be Mary Alice Downey making a fairy tale out of ones that she had read before and then dubbing it as a French-Canadian story by the sheer fact that she wrote it down and published it.
Mm-hmm.
I also looked her up because I was like, what makes this French Canadian? Like, genuinely, if this is made up, because I do think that she made this up. And so I looked into her. She was born in 1934 in Illinois. So she was born in America, but both her parents were Canadian, and eventually they moved the family back to Toronto. She's not even French Canadian. So since I was specifically looking for a French Canadian tale, this was a little bit of a disappointment after the fact. But I do like the story. I like the illustrations by Kim Price. And now I'm more determined than ever to find a good French-Canadian tale that actually holds up, that will get the grunge off my back. I'm kidding, grunge. But that's The Wicked Fairy Wife.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
And everyone had great hair.
Everyone had beachy waves, according to Max. and so do I. All right, Max, that was a very long episode.
Mm-hmm.
Guess how long it was?
3 hours, 15 minutes.
2 hours, 30 minutes. Wow, so much less long than you thought.
Yeah.
I guess shorter would be a good one.
Less long.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We missed you. We're still a little tired, I think, but we'll get it. Next weekend, we will be going to see Noah Kahan in New York. The Noah concert. We have amazing, amazing seats. We have a bunch of bugs to pass out. I guess I have a bunch of bugs to pass out. I've done nothing but bug stuff. God.
Good.
What are you excited about?
I'm excited to go into the hole in Central Park.
We gotta go to the hole in Central Park. That's a big thing.
I really want to go in the hole.
Gotta do the hole.
It's my one thing that I there's two things. It's go to this bar that I went to with our fantastic listener, Caston, and then also go in the hole.
Yeah. Fun. And that's it.
Yeah.
If you have any suggestions on what we should do in a very short trip, we probably won't do them all, but send them.
This won't come out in time for us to...
That's hilarious. All right, so that's what we're doing. And if you're listening to this in August when this comes out, we would have already done this. So
yeah, we'll tell you how it went.
We're going to tell you all about it on the Discord. Join the Discord by joining the Patreon at the $3, $4, or $7 levels. And at the $7 levels, you also get boners, which is what we call the bonus episodes because we're immature. Email us any of your thoughts or pictures of your pets or things that you like to do in New York City, or what was Max asking for? Light choking at sortofastory@gmail.com. Subject line, this is for Max. Make that specific. And what else? One eye light choking. Send her your links.
If any of you knows a way to get in contact with Sean Evans of Hot Ones...
Let us on your show. Listen to the test. I think we have a pretty good pitch. He's gonna want to hang out with us, I think.
Yeah, I think we sold it ourselves pretty well.
Yeah, I think that at least we were honest about what it would be like to hang out with us.
Yeah.
And yeah. We'll see you guys next time. Ooh, go on to Apple Podcasts and leave us a 5-star review, please, for good karma, for good luck next week. Otherwise, you'll fall into the hole. 5 stars, please. And have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. Bye, guys. We love you.
Bye.
I assume that at some point in your childhood, you put a lemon in your mouth and ate it to prove that you could do it.
Define childhood.
In your lifetime.
Yes.
Somebody said, you can't do that, or that's too sour. And you were like, really? And you ate a raw lemon.
Yes, I did.
I also assume that you've done that with any time a man says that hot sauce is spicy.
Yes. Also true.
Yeah.
Also true. And most of the time, it's not even that they're hot. It's just that they're gross.
Yeah.
The men, I mean.
Yeah.
The sauce.
That man sauce. He's gross.
A lot of hot sauces aren't like unpleasant because they're hot. They're unpleasant because they're gross.
Because they're straight up nasty.
Yeah. If it's tasty, I love it. Like I love a Carolina Reaper or a ghost pepper.
Yeah, I like something that's going to make my mouth go numb.
I like a warm heat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would do really good on hot ones.
I've had Da Bomb, and it was gross.
It's nasty.
It's one where it's not even like that it's that hot. It's just gross. It's like your mouth tries to reject it. It tastes like poison.
There's Millie Bobby Brown was just on Hot Ones. Have you seen this?
Mm-mm.
So she's having a hard time. She's like, okay. And you could tell, like,
She's
her
English.
face is red. Yeah, her eyes are watering, but she's also stubborn. And so she's, like, fighting through it. And for whatever reason, I don't know. I don't think he usually does this, but Sean is, like, giving her a quiz. And he's like, all right, so what whale has the largest brain in the ocean? And he goes through 4 whales, and she's like, I don't be humpback, and he's like, no, it's sperm whale. And she's like, okay. She's like, what will stop this? And she's like chugging water. She has an ice cube on her tongue, and he's like, all right, what's the deadliest jellyfish in the sea?
Man
and
of
he
war.
goes, but he like goes through all of these, and
Yeah.
she's like, I don't know, A, and he's like, no, it's D, and she's like, okay. They get through like 5 of them, and she's struggling so hard. And she's like, did you chat GPT these? Why are they all ocean? And he went, well, it's a marine biology quiz. And she went, oh, did you say that? This was really, she's like, that's so weird.
Why is it a marine biology quiz, though?
Like, just to torture her as she's like struggling so hard. And he just keeps going, like, next question. And she's like, there's another one. Why is it all ocean? She's like, I'm here to talk about Enola Holmes, and you're torturing me and making me take a test. I don't think a Hot Ones has actually ever made me laugh that hard. And they've had such funny people on there.
Yes.
That one had me crying laughing.
I have to watch that then.
Just the nightmare that is her being like, why am I being quizzed on ocean life?
That sounds like your specific nightmare.
Yeah.
I would have a great time.
They're
with
making
that.
me, I'd be fine with any quiz if they made me do math. No. That being said, I do think that everybody who goes on Hot Ones is a fucking baby. So,
Yeah.
who knows? That's it.
Agreed.
None of those are good
Hey,
tests.
hey, put us on Hot Ones.
Hey, Hot Ones, let us come on. We're so hot. Do they ever let 2 people go at once? Yes, right?
Probably.
I think so.
They should.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah. We're
some-
too competitive with each other, though. We would be like, Sean would feel bad. They wouldn't be able to air the episode because we'd be like, I'm not reacting at all. Max and I bring out the absolute worst in each other's competitiveness. If you're not crying, not a single tear will go down my face.
No, we would make Sean cry for sure.
That would become the goal.
Yes.
And now I'm doing a math quiz for you. He's like, what?
Hey, Sean, quick question. 87 times 3.
Cry about it, bitch.
You little bitch.
You little bitch. Just us bullying Sean. Wow, this is not going to get us on Hot Ones. Oh, well.
Put us on Hot Ones, you little bitch.
You little bitch. And since you do everything the guest is doing, we're both putting hot sauce in our eyes. I'm fine, Sean.
How are you, Sean?
It's like, why are you doing this?
This isn't the show.
What? Don't touch your eyes. You have to now. You're contractually obligated. Touch your eyes. Just us making full eye contact and pouring hot sauce into our underwear. Do it, Sean. Anyway, it's kind of like it's like a murder-suicide, but on Hot Ones.
Yeah. A murder-suicide, but with more bullying.
Yeah, like a mean one that's publicized. Let us on Hot Ones. Thank you.
Bitch.
Bitch.